is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
That's why I need to be here.
Hey man, is that Double D? Yeah man, well turn it up man.
Let's just go in and like kill all the orcs, right? They're the bad guys, who gives a shit? We just hack and slash and we loot their dead bodies, right? Hack and slash, kill them all, conquer the infidels.
Boy, that campaign sounds like a barrel of fun, doesn't it?
Somebody who's opening a refrigerator and leaning in, right, is the language of a woman. Somebody who's opening the refrigerator and being cut off halfway through that lean is the voice of a mermaid or a siren.
They're utter shits. They're utter shits.
This is not the face of the hobby anymore. And I think there's been mistakes made in years past where people assumed that D&D players were all, white dudes in a basement. Which has been a faulty assumption for a lot of years and gets more and more false every day. And so it's, in my viewpoint, honestly, guys like me can't leave soon enough.
I just had to be born with empathy and a weakness for socialism and femboys.
You gotta put a little hot sauce on the taco, you know what I mean?
We want this dwarf to be the dwarfiest dwarf.
Right.
We want the elf to be the elfiest elf.
And just the dashiest dash of Tabasco.
The voices need to carry across water.
I'm a creative. It's a huge drain, right? Because fans can be awful.
They're utter shits.
When we got the descriptions, they were very adamant. They were like, try not to make it like a white blonde guy. Like, please, like, we love him, but there's like 500 million of them.
You say white lives matter, they don't. White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing.
Lube for their rectal adventures.
What's this? What's this? It's the jacket. The jacket.
Lutherville, Marina Del X, Otisburg. Who's this monster? She's got her own place. Otisburg. It's a little bitty place. Otisburg. Okay, I just wiped it off. That's all. It's a little town.
One girl said she liked big burly orcs with breeding kinks. Okay, I'll just choose the orc boyfriend for her then.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
5, 4, 3. Great, Sam.
We dumping chump. It's a landslide, sir.
On guard.
It's time to mobilize. Let's go.
A giant penis.
Did you cry? So much. I went into the house and my wife was like, "What's wrong?" And I just crawled onto her and sobbed.
Oh my God.
And here we go.
My niggas. What's up? We got one. We got one up here, don't we?
Hey, Double D.
Oh, shit. Oh, there it is. Yep. Go ahead.
I want you to have a good show tonight.
Have a nice fight, Mike.
Off.
Greetings from Mike.
See, he must have been in a really bad mood that day. Yeah, he was surly right from the get-go. But it was on CNN, so who cares? Did DB5? Yar, dog brothers and sword sisters. Hope your week is smashing teeth in. Sort of, so far. It is. Thank you, DB. Got Dwaro Deep. Buy this axe. Hell March for the Stonestein campaign. Super stoked. Yes. I have a Dwaro Deep on there. I think you guys know my abiding love for Greg and that adventure. Boy, if you like old school Moria, boom. There you go. Oh, D&D Dad's good to see you, my friend. I see you're pumping out videos. What a great family you've got. Thank you so much for having me on a couple weeks back. Who killed you? I was going to say, sorry, guys. Rogan not here. But there is somebody else here.
Oh my god! They killed
Rogan.
Work is getting him. He got some OT. They got a train they got to build.
Yeah. Yep.
Look who we found here.
Chomp chomp.
Chomp chomp.
Yesterday was Sharky's birthday.
Oh, happy belated, my good man.
You got something coming. You got something coming, my friend.
Pepsi, Coke, or RC Cola? Mac automatically.
Yep.
D, none of the above.
You want to spill the beans on that one?
Yeah, Dr. Pepper has actually taken over the number 2 pop over, or soft drink over Pepsi. It goes Coke, then Dr. Pepper now.
It's a far cry from the heights of the cola wars when Pepsi was actually run, remember? They gave their employees, when Coke announced they were changing their formula, Pepsi gave everybody the day off because they said, we won.
Man, it feels like forever ago.
40 years.
I wrote a paper about that cola war, and I know that, I don't know how related it was, but I related it in my paper that Pepsi thought that they won, but Coke really won because after they changed it, I know the Olympics are chosen so far in advance, but right after they changed back, Atlanta hosted the Olympics, and I'm like, that's the headquarters of Coke.
Yeah. Plus, it drove demand. Craig Bragg got $5 Canadian. What's up, my... And my F slurs.
Learn the alphabet, people.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. Mucho gracias. If we were solely on Rumble or Twitter, I would probably just go ahead and say it. Soft day, of course. No, Ryan and Nikolai, $2. Pledge manager for War Stories is up. Oh, okay, good. Good to hear. Thank you for the heads up. You guys remember? Looked pretty cool. That was the Pacific and Arnhem, I think. Operation Market Garden. Very cool. They're good people. There was no trouble. They, like I said, they asked, like, hey, do you want any money, for this promotion? I'm like, I'll take a galleon. And they're like, absolutely. Got you, Double D. Galleon is here.
Got it?
Got it.
Awesome.
I'll paint it up on like a member-only stream or something. I've done that before. Spin Gypsy, $5. First-time friend is in the house. Welcome, Adam. Indeed. Welcome, Adam. Where's Eve?
Oh, boy.
No one of consequence. RC Cola and Moon Pie.
We got a Dr. Pepper, couple Cokes.
Yep.
Got a few Pepsis. Got a 4-game winning streak for Pepsi right there. Boom, 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 boom.
Patrick Demo, Coke Man.
Toby with his...
Yeah.
It's all bad for you.
It's true. Mountain Dew. I got to say, Drake Orion. Is that how you pronounce that? Mountain Dew. I'm kind of a Mountain Dew guy. Yeah. None of it's good for you. R.I.P. Rogan. Yep. Pour one out for him tonight. You will respond soon. Maybe 07. Thank you, Doggo. Yes. Hope you guys noticed the extra work I did making his avatar black and white when he's not here. Ginger beer. I think we got a fruit in the audience. Crazy Mouse, get him out of here.
Beat it.
Hey,
he's a member. He stays.
Yeah, you stay. Thank you, Michael.
No more sugar.
Good for you. Yeah. If you want to lose like a sure 20 pounds, just stop drinking that stuff.
Overboard. Remember that movie with Goldie Hawn?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that movie was so funny.
You're a huge fan of those.
I like movies that you can quote 30 years later and people get the reference.
Yeah.
Like Major League, we quote quite often.
Oh, yeah. Cross him off.
Then cross him off. Death
Yingling.
Angel Shadow just says, give me some Yingling.
Yeah, there you go. My beer of choice. Just had a couple of those on Saturday with Crazy Mouse. We went out.
Oh boy.
With our wives.
I got all liquored up.
Yeah, Crazy Mouse. You don't drink too often nowadays, right?
I do not.
I think it's but yeah.
That was my night to howl.
We both let our hair down a little bit.
Squeak squeak.
We also went to go see F1.
Yes, we did. I actually went to another movie where Superdog saved the day.
Yeah,
but
he went to Superman. I'm like, how was it? He's like, it wasn't that good. He's like, Super Dog saves the day.
Twice. F1 was very good. I liked it.
Yeah, we liked F1. I had a feeling, I'm very judicious as to what movies I recommend to Crazy Mouse. So a couple weeks, maybe like a month ago, I said, when this comes out, this F1, I'm like, you want to go see it? He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it too.
Brad Pitt's dreamy.
He is dreamy, yes. I also, you can mark it down. I made Crazy Mouse laugh out loud.
Out loud, which is
That does
extremely
not
hard to
happen.
do.
He's a very hard laugh.
I'm a tough laugh.
He'll chuckle sometimes. He'll give you a smile.
Usually a smile is a laugh. And if you can, but if like Double D at the actual movie made me laugh out loud, I came home. It's like one of the first things Mrs. Mouse was like, how was the movie? I'm like, he made me laugh out loud. And she's like, wait, what happened? And I told the story. It was about In Living Color. I used to love that show.
I knew it was a confluence of things. It was something that had been rattling around in my head for years, maybe like a decade. And also, I knew Crazy Mouse's love for In Living Color. But we saw it for F1. There was a preview for the Downton Abbey movie. We'll get that shot in a moment. But so I've always said it's Downton Abbey, but it's so close to Downtown Abbey. So I just leaned over while the preview was going on, and I said, if In Living Color was still around, they'd have done a skit called Downtown Abbey.
I lost it.
He's like, I see that.
Yeah.
Damon Wayans as the butler
and
or
then
something.
it just made me go back. Like 2 minutes later, I gave him a little nudge, and I'm like, man, that was really funny.
Yeah. We'll take that as a win. Look at this guy.
You have nice manners for a thief and a liar.
Thank you, Sean.
Yep.
5 memberships. Looks like JP, Mad Relique, Mr. Solomon, Triple B, Boss Bully Boy is the beneficiaries of your largesse. Also, Steve Cavadas, too. Congrats to you, and you can thank Snake Oil Sean as I will. Thank you, buddy. Do appreciate it. Oswald Bates. That's it. In Living Color was a good show, man. Handyman.
Vera DeMilo.
Vera DeMilo. Men on Film.
Just such good. Wanda. When Jamie Foxx used to dress up as ugly girl Wanda.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I knew I shouldn't have eaten peanuts earlier.
Oh, boy.
One was still rattling around in there.
Sounds like it still is.
Went down
The hind lick maneuver is about to happen.
I'm good. I'm okay. Yeah, Jim Carrey as Vanilla Ice. I saw something got recommended today. It was Jim Carrey as Death. Like he was dressed as Death in like a dark robe in a restaurant.
Oh, really?
And they mistook him for Darth Vader. And the lady with him is like, hey, do you just want to kill somebody? He's like, well, I'm on vacation, but... She's like, how about our waiter?
Oh, boy.
He's like, yes, I'll take the kidney failure. Waiter drops dead. Jim Carrey is Snow Imposter, yeah. 12 hours to Madison tomorrow. Oh, yes, VengerCon. Yes, probably have to catch the second half of the show tomorrow. Yeah.
I'm the reason Double D's not going. Derek.
Not 100%. It's definitely part of it. When I was saying stuff, it just... Sometimes you have to listen to the stars, and the stars were telling us, like, this just ain't going to work out. But, yeah, go ahead. You can tell
Derek
him.
Mouse's graduation party is Friday. And
yeah,
Scott, or Double D and
it's okay.
Mrs. D are family, so...
Yes, yeah. We definitely didn't want to miss that. And all the stuff at VengerCon was kind of already kind of like picked over and all that by the time we, even thought of going. So it just, we realized it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. And it's best not to fight against those things. So hopefully you have a great time, Sean, and we'll catch you next year. Because next year we should be good to go. And
no graduation parties next year.
Yeah, exactly.
Jim Carrey is Snow. I remember that.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Men on Film, Men on Books, Men on Everything. Those were funny as well.
Fire Marshal Bill. Yes. Yep. God, we got a lot of fans there. Yeah. God, what a time, huh? It's just.
Do you remember? Actually, In Living Color made the Super Bowl step up their halftime show. Actually, it was all because of In Living Color.
They counter-programmed the regular halftime show.
They would time it perfectly so you could get back to the game. They used to do a live show during halftime, and then whoever was, NBC or Fox or CBS was like, "Oh my gosh, we're losing all our viewers during halftime.
Yep.
Let's step up the halftime show."
No more marching bands. Craig Bragg, I think he's got something coming.
He does.
It's not about money. It's about sending a message.
Hold on. I didn't see it. He has a request, and I will honor that request.
Ooh, yeah. Give him 2.
Bitter dregs.
I texted you bitter dregs in the
you did
this week.
Craig Bragg, 410 Canadian, close enough. Shout out to your guest from last week. Ordered the Hyperborea bundle the night of your stream and got it on Monday.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's awesome, absolutely. In fact, I tell you what,
let's give him 2 snaps.
Yeah, 2 snaps in a circle. I wanted to play. I had this all queued up, and then as you recall, I'm just going to let this go as we talk about it. My computer, I had computer trouble last week. It's working fine now. I think they uncovered it. But yeah, I was just going to kind of play this for Jeff Talanian, creator of Hyperborea. This is kind of what I had queued up and wasn't able to because of the last minute problems. But yeah, this is just some of the interiors. You can kind of see it. Huntsman, Cataphract, Pundit. Check out Last Vikings too. Yeah, if you saw the stream Saturday, Chris Miller and Pundit worked on that. Great source book for Baptism of Fire, and if you just want to introduce some Vikings in your game. Yeah, but here you see some pulp goodness from Hyperborea, and Jeff is a real cool dude. In fact, somebody told me I've been getting a little bit of love, tiny bit of hate over in the Discord over there. That's okay. Sometimes people like me will generate that. You're all late to the Hyperborea train. Yep, exactly, Jeff. I remember you bringing it up. Doc, welcome, amigo. Good to see you. Good to see you. There's like one, I don't know if I missed it, but there's like one picture that's just, its illustration is just kick ass. There. I mean, that is straight out of Conan the Barbarian. That is Valeria. I love it, though. Absolutely love it. And you know what? This is, when I was talking about Hyperborea, pulp fantasy game, check out hyperborea.tv for a great old school D&D game. Love it. This is what I was telling Jeff last week. I'm like, I love that some of the art is, at first you're like, whoa, what the F is going on? It's gloriously messy, but like the more you focus on certain things, you're like, oh shit, that's cool. You see the dude coming around the corner there. I love old school artwork like this. It just kind of takes me back to my childhood.
It doesn't even look too busy. It just looks chaotic.
It's chaotic, yeah. It's not cluttered. It's like a glorious mess. I love it. I love it. Hanuman's balls and Dirketto's supple apples. Ye mangy curs. I said greetings and salutations by Crom. You want to taste the Barcy Steel, ye dogs? Great Cthulhu for 5. Thank you very much, my friend. Yeah, so if, like I said, this is something I would have played last week. I love her just looking at this laser pistol like, what the fuck is this? Can we use it? Yep, pulp fantasy, and if you want to introduce some sci-fi too, you got that as well. Yeah.
A lot of hype for this artwork, man. The fans love it.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you guys do, if you do end up joining, like the Hyperborea, Discord, tell them Double D sent you. Let Jeff know that he's got fans over here, because like I said, somebody said like, hey, somebody said, do you really want to be associated with, such a channel? A hate monger. Fortunately, I heard that that person was kind of shouted down by everybody else, telling them to, take a
kick rocks.
Yeah, go kick rocks. But yeah, let him know that, hey, he's got more, he's got more business over here, more followers.
Have a nice fight, Mike. Off.
That is the funniest thing ever. That will never not be funny to me. Scootifer Mike, yeah, Crafty Matt got you.
Didn't he also threaten to beat up Floyd Mayweather in the ring? He said, like, if I was 20 years younger, I'd kick your ass.
Oh, that was Larry Merchant. Larry Merchant said
that.
Yeah. Yep. Osiris Zoran for 5. Hey, Double D. You got the Hyperborea bundle too, and also dropped a mention to your channel. Yes, he responded that he was super appreciative of your channel. Thank you. Yeah. You don't have to like overwhelm. Just say, hey, love it. Heard about you on Double D. Great. Like I said, it kind of tells him too, like, okay, this is a guy, who's good for my bottom line and not a liability. Yep, Double D sent me when I go to the store. Thank you, Jeff.
Look at this! Look at this long-lost friend.
That'll get you up to the VIP room. Laranjeco from Suda the Border. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, mucho gracias, as we say.
Granny in the house.
RPG Grandma. Good to see you, my dear. Thank you very much for tuning in. Let's go to our warm-up video. All right, Crazy Mouse turned me on to this, so I'm gonna let you tell us what's going on here.
It's like a year ago.
All right, so we got guys squaring up on the dock.
And here goes the bat signal. When he presses play, it's going up.
All right,
and here it is.
Watch for the bat signal.
Right there.
That's him saying, "Get down here, boys.
Get down here quick."
Now, you'll tell us maybe afterward, like the backstory here. Let's let it run. Love seeing a good Donnybrook. All right, so it's 3-on-1. 3-on-1. But the cavalry is coming. Looks like there's a woman trying to get her guy off, maybe? Or she's joining in. I don't know. There we go.
There's Michael B. Phelps.
I gotta say, a brother swimming. I am hugely impressed by this.
Jumped in
yes.
and swam. I think it comes to it was almost like 100 yards he had to swim, which would be like 2 lengths of an Olympic pool.
Do that and then get ready to square up, man.
That boy swimming his ass over there.
That is hilarious. Jump, Chris.
That boy finna help that boy. Get up there, young buck. Get up there, young buck. Get up there, young buck.
Get up there, young buck.
Shit, they throw his ass up.
He took off his white shirt and he had the exact same white shirt on underneath.
It's like something you'd see in The Naked Gun.
We got action, baby. He ain't finna do nothing. Arrest that ass.
Petty.
Oh, Lord. About that boat, baby. They ready to move on.
There's the
They
boat.
ready to move on.
Oh boy.
Now here comes the cavalry.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
This is all his co-workers.
Yeah.
The girl in the white's like, let me get off. In the green dress, it's like, let me get off real quick.
Yes.
I don't want no part of this.
These guys on the boat are having flashbacks to Zulu Dawn.
They dead. Woo! Beat their ass.
Dang.
Woo! Oh my God.
And look, green dress girl.
That what you get.
Wow.
That what you get. That what you get. Oh, tie her ass up. Ooh, she whooping her ass. She finna put her in the
There's a
wall.
girl. Was a girl in the drink.
In the wall. Tie his ass.
Hate to say it, if I was the white guys, that's all I'd be trying to do is put them in the water. Just see if they can swim. Basically, you get them out of the fight. I know the one guy can. One guy's like,
right here.
Go ahead, give the backstory.
The backstory is the the white guys parked their boat and left, and they were trying to get them to move their boat so that ferry boat, which is like a tourist attraction, could park and dock, and these white guys would not move their boat. And the guy that threw up the bat signal is the dock
master
leader,
harbor master.
the harbor master. And they've been paging him and trying to find these guys legitimately, and these guys just would not move their boat. So when he got he moved their boat for them, and he untied it and pushed it out, but not into the middle of the river. He just moved it down 10 feet so that this ferry boat could park. Well, the white guys didn't like it, so they came and jumped him. And that's the beginning of the video that everyone sees. The white guys actually started this fight.
Yeah, here's some close-ups. Do it. Insanity. These guys don't know how to throw punches. Like that guy in the purple shirt, he does not know how to throw a punch. He's just going overhand like he's
There's
chopping.
some guy that goes WWF with his freaking metal chair coming up here pretty soon.
Oh, really? Good Lord. Oh, there it is. All right, you get the general
Yeah.
idea.
But at first, when they first started showing this video, they're like, oh my gosh, this racial fight down at the dock. And, these black guys just started beating on these white people. Actually, if you go back and watch
a little bit, yeah. We're never afraid to call out the brothers and sisters when they step out of line. But
they actually were defending the guy that was getting worked over.
Yep. Doesn't look like anybody got hurt too bad. So
the guy that was swinging the chairs, he actually legit got arrested, and some of the boaters did that started the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm sure they were.
Gypsy said that's why he lives in
Idaho. Yeah. So you got to get a hold of Shark. I don't know how close you guys are, Spin Gypsy, but yeah, you guys are both in Idaho. You would love Shark too. All right, I will need control here for a moment.
All yours.
All righty. So let's do a little bit.
We called the chair to the head a Geraldo. I remember that fight.
Oh yeah. Roy Innes, the skinheads and the
He's the one that actually took the violence to the next level.
Yeah.
In that skinhead thing.
Oh yeah. All right. Some news for you. Oh yeah, that's right, Patty. You're in Idaho too, are you not? Patty, you, Shark, and Spin Gypsy. You guys got to see if you're close to each other. You guys may have gaming friends around. I know Idaho's a big state though, so
we could carpool that.
Green Ronin, crowdfunding legal defense fund in the fight against Diamond Distributors. I know this is a little late, but we can always sit back and laugh at Green Ronin's misfortune, can we not? Green Ronin has set up a crowdfunding campaign to help cover legal fees, fighting to get back their inventory from Diamond in what it describes as a dire financial threat to our company. Not just today, but well into the future. Diamond, which filed for bankruptcy in January, still holds the stock of Green Ronin and over 100 other companies in its warehouse. And they have asked the court to take over that inventory so they can liquidate it and pay its creditors. The distributor, while being mainly comic book focused, also does RPG and toy stuff as well, including Green Ronin, Paizo, Goodman Games, and Roll for Combat. I'm not sure anybody on that list is worth saving. If Goodman Games can get their head out of their ass and Joe Goodman can stop apologizing for every perceived wrong he's done, maybe them. But I don't see that happening. The GoFundMe has raised $17,000 so far, so they've been reduced to e-begging. I don't know. Maybe if they had a better business plan. You don't see Trollord Games going through this. Sorry. And Paizo. This is because, and the reason they do this is why when you go into a Barnes & Noble now, the only, books you're going to see generally are like Paizo and Wizards of the Coast. And that's pretty much it. Sometimes at like smaller ones, you might find some Green Ronin stuff, and it's because of Diamond. Yeah, Paizo has announced that its upcoming releases will not be available at major bookstores or at Amazon because the company stopped shipping products to Diamond. 12 August releases and 10 September releases, such as the Starfinder Player Core, Starfinder GM Core, Pathfinder Battlecry, and more, are all locked up. Court has scheduled a hearing coming up here pretty soon. Oh, here we go. Nicole Lindrus, the commie witch. Commie witch. Co-founder, co-owner of Green Ronin. Their recent Chapter 11 bankruptcy has impacted over 100, blah, 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 putting us in a very precarious position. Diamond is attempting to use a legal technicality to claim ownership of millions of dollars worth of consigned inventory. Boo-hoo. Which amounts to several hundred of thousands of dollars for Green Ronin Publishing alone. This is stock we still own and have not been paid for. It's a dire threat to our company. There is no good time for someone to steal hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of your property, especially challenging given that Gen Con is weeks away. Blah, blah, blah. We simply don't have the cash on hand to do all this, pay for an attorney, or participate in any collective legal actions with other publishers. Well, sorry. I don't give a shit. You're commies. You and your Antifa, I guess, former partner, Chris Pramus, the other co-owner, these guys would laugh at your misfortune if they found out like you voted for Trump or you just weren't on board with a lot of the weird far left shit that they're championing. So don't feel bad about cheering for their misfortune. I don't care that they actually might be technically in the right here, that Diamond may not have the, the claim against this inventory, but I don't care. This is what happens when you call, large portions of your audience, Nazis and all that stuff. That's why a lot of people are staying away from Green Ronin now. So I hope you lose Green Ronin. I hope you are in dire financial straits. And, I don't give a shit. Fuck off. Crawford of the Crimson Craw. Watched the streams with Jeff Talanian and Pundit. Both were awesome. Thank you very much, my friend. Also, definitely Pepsi because no one should drink Coca-Cola. Yeah, Coca-Cola.
Well, he's got something coming his way.
Ooh,
Pay
yeah.
that man his money.
Thank you very much. Doing that blind. Crazy Mouse. He is a
You got one right
professional.
there.
Yep, gotcha. Gagerhart says
Gagerhart.
Ian. For two. Thank you, my friend. Chris Miller. All my products are made in America. F those communist bastages. Yep. Link in the description, as always. You can get Mad Scribe 11. You'll see an adventure from me.
And thanks, Chris. I got my copy. I loved it.
Yes. Yeah, I passed that on to Rogan. Yep. Yeah, and he was already commenting on some of the stuff. He likes your design of of the villain in my story.
He looked like someone I know.
Yeah. We both know. Patrick Demo for 2. How does it feel to be Antifa'd, Mr. Antifa? Yes.
They're
exactly,
utter shits.
Patrick. Yeah.
They're utter shits.
Yeah. Oh man, let me check in my pockets here. Oh, sorry, Chris. I'm out of fucks to give. So you can starve, bitch. You and Nicole. Other news. Jess Lanzillo joins White Wolf as creative director. Oh boy. There you go. There's a look of somebody who wants you dead with a smile on her face. That is like a Joker smile if I've ever seen one.
Titties and Beer wants to know if that's a dude.
No, that is not. That is a former WotC VP of D&D, Jess Lanzillo. And she departed WotC last month. Now she's the creative director of World of Darkness. So let me ask you a question. What did she see as the better position? Did she see Wizards of the Coast and D&D as the better position? Or, Vampire, a game that's, had its day, but is, let's face it, well past its prime.
She looks like she would go to like a barbecue joint and then complain that there's no tofu.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, she's a Seattle wokey through and through. Craig Bragg, Four Color Concepts, my own superhero TTRPG, is greater than Mutants and Masterminds. Absolutely. In fact, if you can even put if there's a link to buy it, Craig, have Cal, post it. I give you permission.
Nixit's finally here.
Nixit?
I don't know why he didn't punch out early to make the. I don't know. Should have been here on time.
Yeah, come on, Nixit. Get with the program. Yeah, so she is VP.
Tied for initiative. Jeff Hatch says that's her best picture. Take that in. Do you have? I see the brisket. I see the pulled pork and the ribs, the turkey and the chicken. Do you have any tofu?
You guys have any tofu here? Any vegetarian options other than that?
I will definitely write a Yelp review.
Okay. Yeah, physically, I don't. Look, she's fine. I mean, I wouldn't get into that with her. I'm just saying. That's the smile. I've become very adept of sussing out people who want me dead. And it's usually girls the ages of like 18 to 40 these days. It's not just me. It's they would say the same thing about Crazy Mouse. Yeah, Jess Lanzillo. It's hard to even say she would screw up World of Darkness. I'll grab that one. Yeah. Yeah, hold on one second. I'll read it in just a sec. But I think she, because you can't lay D&D 2024 at her feet. That wasn't her big. She just kind of came in at the end and was just kind of stuck with it. So I don't know what she could do. I mean, I'm guessing that it's not going to be very good. But hey, I guess we'll see what she can do over at White Wolf. Green Ronin, the Canada of geekdom. Yes, Oren Johnson. Well put. That's $10. He gets something for that.
Like, you've got ogres.
Good choice, as always.
Oh, Jeff Hatch says, "Oh my God, you're killing animals." Yep, that's what she would say at the. She'd be holding out the sign outside the barbecue joint.
I love that. Like, Lanzillo's been a lifelong World of Darkness fan since the inaugural release of Vampire the Masquerade back in '91. I'm sure she said, like, when she was hired at Wizards of the Coast, I've been a lifelong D&D fan since back in 1991. Which would be interesting because back in 1991, into the mid-90s and that, you were sort of like D&D or sort of vampire. Very rarely were you both. Crawford, hiring these failures is like wanting cancer. Sad. No, they'll take anybody. They literally, and she ticks off boxes.
I'm going to scroll up for a second.
Yeah, hold on one second. Tell you what, I will give me control and I'll get out of here because I think we're done with this. No, go ahead, my friend.
I'm trying to find something from Mac.
All right, Mac.
Oh, there you go. It's on its way. Okay, he was with Pundit and Chris Miller. Okay.
Yep. Last Vikings. Yep. There you go. My guy's always looking out for you. Great Cthulhu for 5. Of course, give the most angsty biker, metal, goth, punk, edgelord RPG line of the 90s to a brown sweater feminist that smells of cat pee. Exactly. Yeah. She's going to feminize your vampires. We'll see. Let's just say I'm not... I wouldn't hold out hope. I mean, I'm not like a White Wolf fan. I'm not a World of Darkness fan. I don't hate it.
It made me think of that game, Werewolf. That's what I read. That's what I thought I saw.
Yeah. This is
White
different.
Wolf. Yeah.
White Wolf is the company that...
Werewolf's one that me and Daughter D, right? Isn't that Werewolf?
Oh, yeah. That's the social deduction game.
Yeah, I like that game.
Yeah,
we played it at Gen Con.
We did. There's other ones, by the way. Blood on the Clock Tower that I think you would like. So next time we go to
I might have played that one too. Is that the one with villagers or is that Werewolf?
Yes, that was villagers. Yeah. Okay, so you did play it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we actually had a pretty good time playing that. Me, Mrs. D, and Daughter D at Origins. So if you go to Origins next year, we can do that. Thank you, Great Cthulhu, my friend. So there you go. 2 bits of news. Green Ronin's misfortune. Oh, well. And Jess Lanzillo going to White Wolf. Oh, I know. I do want to go back for one more thing because somebody did mention this and thought it would be kind of funny. Yeah, somebody's mentioned like, did you see the new art for Eberron? Yeah, there you go. Oh, Eberron is so cool. It's like robots and stuff. It's like tin people. There you go.
Who's that? What's that stray hand right behind him?
Yeah, what is that? Is that like...
Whose hand is that?
It's got to be built into...
There's got to be more to that picture.
I would think so. There can't be that. Chad, help us out here. I mean, that can't be like an AI thing. It's got to be something legit, I would think. Oof. Wow. Yeah, that is terrible.
Here's one from Chris.
Looking into book grants to supplement income. Thousands of grants for all black LGBTQ women. Yep, such crap. Yep.
Badger
for 5. In case you missed it, per Gizmodo, Games Workshop removes gendered language from the Horus Heresy. Oh, there you go. Yeah, they're already effing up the regular 40K, and a lot of people were like, well, we'll just play Horus Heresy now, I think. And
one from Pundit.
There you go. Chris, you should look for grants for publishers. A third world Latino, yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Pundit, he qualifies. He does. Patrick for 5. Lanzillo is going to make a new vampire clan. Google and tech company employees. Real life economic vampires. Yep. Suck the soul right out of you, my friend. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Patrick. Good to see you.
Thank you, Patrick.
Hope your new job is going well too, my friend.
I was actually thinking about that the other day.
Yep.
When I was dashing, sometimes I got a lot of free time.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if there's any more here or if that was the only one they did, but I saw that. I'm like, oh, good Lord. Good Lord.
Schlager says that's a boy. I thought so.
Yeah. You just can't tell these days. Oh, hey guys, want a zombie butler? In Pets and Sidekicks, you can have one. There you go. Here's your modern D&D. Zombie butlers. Wouldn't it be LOL so random? I blame millennials. I think I saw something. Oh yeah, there's the I did a video on the Dan Ayub thing, so you can check that out. I thought there was one other thing. I think there's a new edition of whatchamacallit? Mutants and Masterminds coming from Green Ronin by Steve Kenson. That's why I say, do you really want even the employees of Green Ronin to go out of business? You know, do you want them to lose their jobs? Yes. I want Steve Kenson unemployed because he's a douchebag. He's a douchebag. He's a leftist, like maniac. Hates white people. Pure lefty. So, like I said, any bit of misfortune that can happen to Green Ronin, you should be praying for it. You should be praying for it. Ryan Nikolai for 2. Take a peek at the largest investors of GW. Interesting. If you have any names, just put them. You don't have to super chat it. Crazy Mouse will look for it. Yeah. So, oops, sorry. Let me tell you what. What do we want to do here? All right. So, I'll tell you. We'll go right into EFAPing a video. It's the team up you guys were asking for.
Hey, I'm Bob, and I'm here with Professor DM, and he just told me the craziest thing. Your players are selfish jerks.
Crazy Mouse, as a player, what do you got to say about that?
Have a nice fight, Mike. Off.
All right. And today, we'll find out why. The question was, how do I convince
Wait a minute, hold on a second.
Mm-hmm.
You said that DM is really small, right?
Short? Compared to me, yeah.
Who's the really short one? Who am I thinking of?
Well, that could be Ben, Questing Beast. Questing Beast is the one I always call the midget. Bob is pretty small, too.
I was going to say, this Professor DM is like the Hulk compared to him.
Yeah. Bob is he's a pretty slight guy. I don't give him hell for it like I do Ben from Questing Beast. But
D&D Shorts is the 5-foot guy.
Oh yes, him too. Yeah,
Thank you.
He's kind of recent on the radar because of that Ginny D video.
Thank you, Base D&D.
Yes, yeah, I did see him in a elevator at Gen Con. He was nice, like I said, he was nice enough. But
I was
is a midget
thinking of
too.
the 5-foot guy, and he makes Bob look like a little person. It made me wonder, how big is Bob?
Yeah, Bob is not that big.
Group to play anything other than 5e.
So Matt Colville just did a great video about this a couple months back called The Forever DM. I think it's a great video. I think it's one of...
I'll have you know, I downloaded parts of Forever DM if we want to watch it.
the best videos he ever did.
Cock
I'm
is
going to
pretty
give
good.
you a shorter
I like
version
Cock.
of
Oh,
it.
that's
'cause
not
you take
him.
They need to pay. And give us your credit card, and then you're in.
takes about a half an hour or so.
He builds the argument very well.
Yeah, he builds the argument, and then he lets out his rage. But I don't have as much time, so I'm just going to let the rage flow.
What if we saw Grace riding a tractor mower in the background during this video?
Mowing the yard.
My question is the premise that the player should decide what the game master is always going to run. And I think that's selfish. If you were deciding to go to a movie, it wouldn't be like, okay, what movie do you want to see? Ryan, Susan, Scotty. Oh, but Bob, we're not going to ask you. You're going to go to the movie. You're going to drive us to the movie. You're going to pay for the movie. You're going to get the popcorn. You're going to do everything. And we'll just sit back and enjoy it.
Right.
It's
Disagree slightly. I kind of know the general feeling he's going with here, but it's not. He's viewing DMs. I mean, you shouldn't discount like your players like this. I mean, if you have good players, they show up every week, and if you're the DM, often you're the host, so they're making a sacrifice to come to your house. So I wouldn't put it like the way Prof DM. I'm gonna do a rare disagreement with Prof DM here. I think this is kind of like low-hanging fruit for them. Look, sometimes your players just don't want to play certain games, and I do agree that maybe you could try to convince them, like, hey, guys, I really like this game, maybe we should give it a shot, and if you're a good DM, they'll probably listen to you and be like, all right, and afterward, maybe they're like, yeah, it was okay, but, we like doing the other thing. Sometimes you just got to kind of go with what pleases the whole group, the group as a whole.
It's the whole attitude that the game master is there to entertain the players and play
exclusively, and not the other way around.
And play what they want to play. More game masters should say, if you want to run this game, you run it.
And if you really do want to run something else, then I think the premise is that your players, assuming they're your friends to some degree, should want you to be happy as well. And again, you can't.
Yeah, I'm uncomfortable with this whole thing of the DM needs to be happy, the DM needs to be entertained. I think it's just enough for the DM not to be miserable. Like if players are being problem players and making your life miserable, that's one thing. I have no patience for that. If they're not being respectful, if they're constantly on their phone at the table, that pisses me off.
I'm not I'm in the moment. I usually am not looking at my phone while other people are around because I just think that I think it's rude, but we have sometimes we have a player at our table that is always on his phone, and it's not to look up rules.
Yeah, and I kind of thought I kind of laid the law down 10 years ago and said, guys, let's keep the table mostly a
media free,
a phone free, zone. Like, look, if you're expecting an important call, or Crazy Mouse sometimes has to be aware of jobs that come up. So
well, not just that. Sometimes on Friday night, someone left Derek at work.
Yeah, his son. So he does need to kind of have it near. I understand that, but I also trust him that he's not on fucking Facebook, or him and Mrs. Mouse aren't just having a casual conversation.
I'm
like,
not taking
LOL.
a personality test,
taking
which actually has
personality
happened
test.
at our table before.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Kirk.
Yeah. And I tell you, you are telling the DM something, and sometimes my players have told me something, and I think they have found out that I listen. and we'll say, maybe you need a break. And it's not like, yeah, you better not. I'm just saying, no, you really do need a break. You are not engaged. You are not, you're not feeling it, which I understand. It could be just like you're tired of listening to my voice. Perfectly understandable. Take some time off. And yes, we do this whole thing about players not, wanting to run other games. In our group, fortunately, we do have, players that will step up and spell me for a little bit. Rogan is one.
Stern has.
Yeah, Stern in the past, yep.
I ran a Gonzo game a long time ago.
You did, yeah. That was the most surprising thing. That Crazy Mouse is just like, I think I want to run something. Spin Gypsy for 5. Sorry, off topic, but who's the biggest Kickstart hustler, Stefan Picorni or Matt Colville? Well, Stefan, I have ordered stuff from, and I've actually got. So I don't know if he's outstanding on some of his stuff. So I guess by default, I would probably say Matt. Just because for him to launch a Kickstarter and basically not even have the concept of his game, the core mechanic, it's going to be, die 6s. Oh, no, 8. Double zeros, baby.
I'm going to piggyback off this comment from Chris and also someone who said they wanted to do a Kickstarter for Bob to get a cheeseburger. Is there no sun where he lives? Like, he is really white. He almost glows in the dark.
Yeah, he is in the South. Like, he is. I want to say he might be in Georgia or something like that.
So there is sunshine there.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't get
a lot
any.
of these young folks, though, they've been, like, brainwashed into thinking, like, any sunlight is, like, poison. I mean, look at Prof DM. He looks kind of like a Chad there. I hate to say it, this is a perfect, like, Prof DM is sitting like Trump. He's even got the diamond around his nuts. He's making the diamond with his hands. Gotta say, that's a baller move from Prof DM.
Bleecker. I created it, Gonzo. Even before I even knew who Venger was. This was 15 years ago.
Easy, yeah. Yeah, it was fun.
Tiamat was in it.
Little Sun Devils.
Sun Devils were in it, but Zeus was in it.
Yeah. It was fun. It was a good kind of like it wasn't quite a one shot, but
Fenris
it was like
Wolf was in it.
Fenris, yeah. All right, let us continue. I just got to say, I admire Prof DM there.
Do you know who also keeps his hands always in front of him? He passed away, but Tony Sirico from Sopranos. Even his character always had his hands in front of him. It's because in real life he did time, and he always just needed to be his hands at the ready.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's kind of seen as a masculine thing. It's kind of an alpha thing. So I applaud.
Force them to do anything either. But if you can get together 1 or 2 of the people from your regular group to try that new system you want to play, I think that's the start you should at least be looking for. Much like your list of questions, we got some Monty Python references in here. What is his quest? But we can skip that one unless you have a quick answer.
I love how he's just like, nah, not going to answer that. Nope. Ninjaneer 10. Give him something.
But I'm gonna go with my instinct on this one. Saddle up, partner.
It's all
another one of those classics. 30 years ago, you still quote it.
Yep. It's all that in living color talk that generated that one. Ninjaneer for 10. Sometimes it's just a mental investment issue. I've run several one-shots in different systems to try new things, but one of my players just isn't interested in learning a new system for a test drive. You know what I would do? If I were there, I would say, look, this is not a punishment, but I kind of want to do this, and the rest of the group does. Can you take like a week off, and like just, I don't know, just recharge your batteries, go do something, and then come back after? We just kind of want to try this out. I think there's a way you can do that diplomatically and just say, hey, we're not trying to push you out or anything. But
I've done that.
Yes.
I've taken a week off and you guys ran a one-off.
Yeah. Sometimes, Crazy Mouse, if he's not interested, he'll very politely bow out and just say, I'm going to take
you guys next week.
Yeah, catch you next week. Patrick Demo for 5. You know what? I'm feeling so generous. Patrick is such a great supporter. Give him anything.
All right, nothing to see here. Please disperse.
Green Ronin's business model. Bob Bob is so bright white, this interview summoned the Rohirrim. Oh, boy. The beacons are lit!
Clear out of here!
Hell yeah, Hungar. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Oh, look, and he's even hit us with a super chat down there. From Carl's Jr., nonetheless. Thank you, buddy.
Send that over to Bob.
Yeah. He could use one. Yeah. Come on, Bob. Do some push-ups. Eat a sandwich. Ultimate dungeon terrain makes PD, Professor Dungeon Master, my favorite. Okay, it says Edgelord for $2. Yeah. Yeah, I know he did like a lot of terrain videos early on. He just kind of only recently, well, I don't want to say recently, but in later years has started talking about kind of business stuff. Several DMs. Yeah. And look, here's the thing. People talk about, oh, I'm the forever DM. Oh, I'm so put upon. I like being the DM. It mostly usually does recharge my batteries just doing it. Now, there are times just I get busy and I'm like, hey, I got a lot going on. And it might help my schedule if somebody can just run something. And then, I do learn stuff when I'm on the other side. It kind of tells me like, oh, okay, do more of this when you're DMing. Do less of this.
And we also have a question.
Oh, Great Cthulhu for $2. Bob prefers White Castle. Boom. There you go.
From fellow creator Sly Flourish. Given the
Oh, I hate this guy. Sly Flourish. The most beta. I don't want to get into trouble here. I don't like Sly Flourish. The most beta lefty, like, If you want the equivalent of like saltpeter for your wife or your girlfriend, just show them a picture of Sly Flourish.
Asymmetric dominance of YouTube and the struggle of creators to remain relevant through tricks like YouTube thumbnail hijinks and algorithmic rage baiting. What is your potential escape hatch from this dysfunctional relationship?
Oh, fuck you.
Not to you, Jeff Hatch.
Yeah, not to you.
I literally put that up, and that's when you said that.
No, I'm just this Sly Flourish guy. What a whiny bitch. I mean, he's got maybe 60,000, who knows, 80,000. I mean, his videos, for a channel his size, he underperforms a little bit. And I know what's going on here. He's in the DM advice business, Sly Flourish. And he doesn't realize the era of DM advice is gone. It was fun while it lasted, I'm sure, for you guys. But those videos are still out there. All those old Matt Colville videos and everybody else's. And plus, everybody thinks they know everything out of the gate nowadays anyway. So the era of the DM advice video is gone. So you're forced to rely on your personality. And this guy has the personality of wallpaper paste, this Sly Flourish guy. I do not like him. Yeah, exactly, Chris. The most vanilla milquetoast takes. Exactly. Look, I've done a little bit of that. I don't do much anymore because I know nobody wants to see it. You guys don't want to see it, and it doesn't get newcomers through the door.
You need more butt funnels.
Yeah, you need more butt funnels. John Taffer reference. I mean, look, sometimes I'll give you hey, we do this nice little subsystem, like the chasing eights, the die 8 thing, and some people have been like, holy shit, I really like that. I'll do stuff like that. But as far as all right, DM, sit back. I'm going to tell you, what you really need to do is,
I manipulated that in one of the die 8s.
Mm-hmm.
I poisoned somebody, but I also had the cure poison potion, and I didn't want to make it look like I was the person that did the poisoning. So I was like, well, hold on. I have a cure poison thing. And it was a die 8 chase to go back to the backpack and get it, or him die. Well, I was rolling my die 8s and I came out pretty hot. So I had to slow down.
Yes.
Only 2 people noticed at the table that I did that. So I did it. My sleight of hand was pretty good.
Yeah, go back. It's like kind of in the first year of my channel. It's a cool little subsystem. We break it out ever so often. You can't do it all the time. But man, you want to get your players standing up and being like, this is interesting.
Everyone has to be involved in that because you need people, not just the ready, set, go person, but then one person has to audit so they can pull out the 8s so the other person can just pick them up and keep going and keep going.
Yes.
So
I did that at a convention. Like they were trying to get out of the Tower of the Elephant. I might have told this story. This was at Con on the Cob over in Cleveland. Yeah, and like at the con, I'm just like, there was like 4 or 5 guys, you know, in the group, and Mrs. D was there. I'm like, get your die 8s out as the Tower of the Elephant is starting to crumble down around them, and they're in like the top floor. They're like, what are we doing? I'm like, you're gonna roll to see if you beat it, you know, if you get out. I'm the tower. My 8s are the tower crumbling down around you. Your 8s are you running down the steps trying to get out as fast as possible. And man, it was great. Conan was the last one out, but he just made it. He did not get overwhelmed by the collapsing tower.
Here's one for you, Double D.
They're no good and unnecessary, but all of the influencers are still making them. Yeah. They're not, yeah, I mean, they should be dead. I mean, they should. There's just, look, how do I say this without, like some people have said, like I've seen Matt Colville run a game, you know, he used to do that too. And I will just say, I don't think he is much different than me on a Friday night. So a lot of these guys that can give the best advice out, you know, maybe in practice, they're no better than me or you, you know? And maybe some people kind of see that and they're like, well, I can do just as good as this guy. I don't know. I'll give tips every once in a while. I'll just be like, hey, this is something I do, but I'm not going to sit there and go, here's how you structure a campaign. Here's how you start, you know. I've tried that, I should say. I've tried a couple of those videos. They do terrible.
What are other avenues to reach an audience without having to play a losing game against a $2 trillion company?
Oh, a losing game against a $2 trillion company that has paid you in the past. And
did they mean to make 2 million or billion? Like how?
He's talking about Google here, so it's probably 2 trillion.
All right.
But what a bitch. Unbelievable. Look, if anybody has cause to be leery of YouTube, it's folks on this side, like me, who are kind of always looking over their shoulder. But you know what? I know what YouTube accepts. They are what they are. In many regards, it's like I'm fine with YouTube. They allow me to reach a bigger audience. You guys have seen it. I don't usually censor myself. Now, look, I don't go crazy, and I'm not dropping like N-bombs. Not that I would, but I'm just saying, if you want to be stupid about it, they will fucking, you know, they will slap you down if you do stupid stuff. But you sort of know the rules, and they will let you pretty much have your say. I don't feel like I'm constrained on YouTube right now. Then again, I'm very small in the grand scheme of things. This guy's, his channel is 10 times my size, and he's complaining. Well, the reason you don't make any money from YouTube is you're fucking boring. You probably do live streams for 3 hours and get like 2 super chats because you're not entertaining, because people are not willing to pay you for your charisma like they do me. Chris Miller, I can't tolerate YouTubers like Ginny D preaching to me about how to run a game that she just discovered. Yeah, Dice older than her. I've probably Dice as old as, you know, I don't want to say her parents, but I mean, fuck. Spin Gypsy for 5. Look, as a DM, I write hours of stuff. Yeah, very little makes it into the game because gamers go off on the trail. Yep, you go with it. Good DM creates on the fly. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you were giving DM advice, you know what the best DM advice would be? Go take an improv class. Is there like a Groundlings class or something, or some sort of local improv group, even if it's kind of cringy, because they will probably teach you a couple of tactics. If these don't come natural to you, that you can use for your game. There's your DM advice. If you have trouble being extemporaneous, take a fucking improv class. Don't listen to this whiny bitch, Sly Flourish. Oh, I hate this guy. Hate him, hate him, hate him.
Pundit says that exactly right there.
Yeah, or if your YouTube channel is meant as part of your bigger business, you never hear that way. Yeah. Well, if people like you, like, I mean, he has all these subscribers. His subscriber count it's a graveyard. Obviously, his videos don't do much better than me. And like I said, I'm 10 times smaller than him. Role player, roll. Dory. Oh, okay. I think I know who this is. Just here for you. Good to see you, dear. Thank you very much. $2.
Look
Good
what
to
Granny
see you.
has to say.
Yeah. Yeah. Players are agents of chaos. You got to roll with it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a difference between, I want to explore this. I mean, you'll know if somebody's just trying to purposely blow up your game just because they like to see you, suffer. Even then, if you're a good DM, you can just kind of roll with it anyway.
Well, as you said in my video, it's
Mercurius. Give him something. This guy, he's steady.
I'm Johnny Bench. No runs, no drips, no errors.
No errors.
Look at that. It's like a pair of red boobies.
It does. Agile Monk, you can thank Mercurius, a.k.a. my ear trumpet has been struck by lightning. Thank you very much, my friend.
Start your own game, which my game, Deathbringer, will be kickstarting it in 2026. But there's still a symbiotic relationship where YouTube is
Professor
used to...
DM, not for nothing. Let's pretend you are going to get your Kickstarter going in 2026, and I hope you do. If you want to come on our show,
you would never.
We
come
have
on
a
here.
100% success rate of people hitting their goal of their Kickstarter after they've been on our show. Whether
Like a
we
lucky
take
charm.
credit for that or not,
we're a rabbit's foot.
But that is actually a thing. Black Lodge would have maybe hit it on their own anyway.
They definitely would have. Yeah. I think you're giving me a little too much credit.
Wonky
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt.
Wonky
Yeah.
might have hit it without us.
Yeah.
But facts are facts. Everyone that has come on their Kickstarter has hit their goal.
We're
That
like
is
we're
a
like
fact.
we're like your lucky charm. Yep. It's like we're like the statue you rub before you go out on the field. So just come over and rub us.
Facts are facts. Rub us.
TWB for 5. I've got more useful GM and player advice from the little bit of improv, writing, and film classes I've taken. Yeah, there you go. That I have from YouTube GM. Yeah. They teach you to kind of think on your feet when you have to do that improv stuff. Like I said, it can be kind of cringy, I understand, but if you just kind of go with it, it'll serve you a lot better than, DM advice from fucking Ginny D. I tell you what, too. These guys that give DM advice and they don't do live streams, say what you want about Matt Colville. Okay, I got problems with him, but he does live streams. He did make, series of, DM advice videos, and there was some good stuff in there, like way back in the day. So he's fine, but like all these guys, including I think even like Professor Dungeon Master, Bob, Ginny D, none of these guys live stream because, well, you got to ask yourself why. Why is that? Do they have a problem? Do they get all like locked up when it's a live audience and the bright lights are on? I mean, all right, you want to make money on your YouTube channel. There you go.
We got somebody monetized on this channel too.
Hell yeah. Well, like I said, we're like
Come rub us.
Come rub us. Yeah, come rub us. Good things happen when you rub us. Maciek Drozdik. Sound like a villain. That's a good like Polish or Russian villain. I like it. $2 Canadian. Sly Flourish is the principal from Ferris Bueller. Yeah. Yeah, I do not like this guy. All right, let's let this roll a little bit. People are going to get upset.
Promote that.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
Matt Colville, like strongholds and followers, that's what he did. Now, Matt doesn't get into, I don't like this game.
Right.
But because Matt was first, he has the first mover advantage. Totally breaks the mold of what most modern YouTube D&D videos do. They're very long, simple editing, simple thumbnail. It's just his face as a thumbnail.
Right.
He'll release a video every couple of months. And everyone, including me, we all watch it.
Yeah. So it's because he's already out of this game that Sly Flourish is talking about.
Yeah.
And I think actually a funny enough answer here could also be go the Sly Flourish way, and you write your own blog for 10 or 15 years. And
to me, I don't know.
Oh, funny how they don't mention Pundit. Like Pundit has done a blog since like the early 2000s. I don't know if he keeps up with it now, but I mean that's how Pundit got kind of famous, was doing a blog. Mercurius at it again.
Another one. Another one. Another one.
Tasmo Khan, you can thank Mercurius for that, and I thank Mercurius for it.
If this analogy is going to work, are you going to leave it in, or we could chop it up? That landing page, mine is not just Dungeons and Dragons, although a lot of it is. I like watches. I like sea turtles, financial stuff. So they're all competing, and so only one of a few videos are going to be selected. So you have to have a video that people click on instantaneously and don't let it wait till later. And
Yeah, and guess what? There's millions of other creators trying to get an audience. It's competitive. That's why somebody like Sly Flourish isn't meant to succeed in that kind of environment. He's like every other fucking liberal out there who just wants shit handed to him. Well, I was here first. I should. Travis for 10. He's got something. Give it to him.
You money, you give me ideas.
You never say thank you.
That's what the money is for.
That is what the money's for.
It is what the money's for.
Crazy Mouse. I'll take you up on that offer here soon. Come November 15th, 2025.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you already know you're on. Yep. We will definitely work with you, my friend Travis. Thank you very much.
We got one from Chris.
Yeah.
For you, Double D.
Yeah, they're never going to mention Pundit. Yeah. It's just these people are even look, I like Professor Dungeon Master, but he knows where his bread is buttered, and in some ways he's as disingenuous as a lot of these guys. You know, a lot of this vitriol is not meant for Professor DM. I understand. But I mean, these guys, these are the ones that would never mention the Kyle Brink thing. Never mention that the executive producer of D&D just said, oh my God, white people can't get out of this hobby fast enough. They pretended like they were literally doing the monkey thing. Hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. And you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Absolutely ashamed. And when they finally did like reference it, it was like, oh yeah, people are saying this, he said that. It's like, motherfuckers, he said it. And you guys are so gutless. You're so fucking gutless, some of you. You just pretend he didn't say it because it'll hurt your business. And as for you, Sly Flourish, maybe your time is over. There's going to be a time where my time on YouTube, like everybody's, is limited. Maybe it's just your time to go. Doc, Defender, thank you, amigo. Everybody's time here, there's an expiration date. Get that in a moment.
Unless you're honey. Honey doesn't expire.
That's right. Honey don't expire. But you will someday. You'll know it. And then you just have to realize, like, okay, why am I doing this? I'm not doing it for the money anymore. Maybe I'm doing it for a little bit of ego. And to me, there's nothing wrong with that. If you just kind of want to get your stuff out there in the world, that's okay. But if you're starting to do it, you're doing live streams to, 10 people or 5 people after in the past you've been doing it to hundreds, that's them telling you we don't like what we see anymore. Your channel is dead. And then it's time to gracefully bow out. And you know what? You don't even have to make a grand pronouncement. I'm leaving. You can just stop doing videos or just come back once in a blue moon and say, hey, it's been a while, I just wanted to throw this in here. Who knows? Maybe something like that would actually restart your channel. But instead, you could just whine about it like Sly Flourish. You remember him, Crazy Mouse?
Yeah.
Always shows his teeth. My name's Sly Flourish. Badger, 5. Yeah, digital panhandlers that want their cut because of time served, not for any type of value delivered. Get the fuck out. Absolutely. You aren't owed anything. What have you done for me lately? Why do you think I was down in this very room for 3 hours today preparing a show. It ain't easy. If it was easy, Bob could do it. Ginny D could do it. Yeah, you'll know your time on YouTube has ended when bitter dregs cost $1. Yeah, there you go. Cut it in half. Yeah. I'm not doing it for money. Doing it for a shitload of money.
It's not about money. It's about sending a message.
Love that quote, though. Yeah, shitload of money. $1.99, Mac. So thankful I was a D&D teen in the 80s. And you and me both, brother.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nixit says the same thing.
Yep, we got the best of it. And I ain't apologizing for it either. And I'm also not going to soft shoe it like, well, it's kind of okay now. Nah. And I'll show you a quote from Money Matt that'll make your blood boil in just a moment. Here, let's keep it going.
I'm reminded of a big shift when I was a kid. MTV came out. Everything was radio, then you had MTV.
Mm-hmm.
And the first band to ever do a video on 35mm film was Duran Duran. They had a video called Hungry Like the Wolf. And the criticism of the band at the time was they weren't a real band because they weren't pictured playing their instruments, that they were somehow cheating.
Yeah.
But the way to advertise music had changed.
Right.
And other bands that didn't change with that and refused to make videos.
Yeah.
They were left
Bob's
behind.
looking off like, who's Duran Duran?
Yeah.
What's MTV?
Yeah. But also, I hope you like that gentle slap down from Professor DM Sly Flourish. He's basically telling you, you better adapt to the times or you can, just fucking piss off.
Over.
Because he's telling you in a nice way. I'll tell you in a not so nice way. This is cutthroat. Sorry. It's not for guys like you. $5, Jeff Hatch. I want to plug one of the best channels, Mage's Musings. There you go. Go there after Mages and Musings. Thank you very much, Jeff. Welcome to Defender Almighty 377. Yeah, when MTV actually did music videos, yeah. Got the good old days. Yeah. Talk about stuff that died pretty much by the year 2000.
Your process to make your own TTRPG, and how long did it take to finish, or at least feel like it was complete?
It's not finished yet.
Right, so we'll have to get back to that one, maybe.
No, the impetus is that people kept asking me for my house rules.
Yeah.
And eventually I wrote them up, and it's going to be really cool.
I like Prof DM. Just I'm getting a little leery of new rules. It's almost like, did you make it inside the door? Because the door is pretty much closed now. And now I'm going to be a little bit more circumspect about, hey, I'm coming out with my new rule system. And I'm going to be a little bit harsher and be like, all right, is this ground that's already been kind of trodden?
2026.
All right. As the guy who's been widely identified as the creator of Universal Dungeon Terrain, Ultimate Dungeon Terrain.
Ultimate Dungeon.
I know Professor DM knows how to make UDT, but how exactly are you supposed to use it? I'd love to see a demonstration, especially using a system
The
such
way he
as
said use it reminded me of ogres.
that relies so heavily on the optional rule of gridded combat.
I have tons of videos where I show you how to use it. Yeah. One that you were in, The Lost City.
Right.
Scotty demonstrates how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
My Patreon, I tape my games and I show how to use it. But
I like Rio, personally.
Essentially, you've got range bands, which is what Daggerheart uses.
Yeah. The thing with UDT, you're not using.
Oh my God, he mentioned
Daggerheart.
Right.
And with that locus in the middle of like, here's where the action is, and then how far are you from that?
That's Shadow Dark.
Yeah,
is the premise.
Locus, that's a good word.
Yeah.
But grids, there are advantages to grids.
Yeah, absolutely.
And in terms of strategy. I don't think that's what role-playing games do best. Role-playing games are about immersion. And if you like grids, that's great. But if you want the game to be faster and more immersive, that's where the UDT comes in.
Professor DM, what is some media from your childhood that inspired you? And what is some media that inspires you from today?
Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is, I discovered the first year that I played Dungeons & Dragons. That inspired me.
You should see that. Great movie. Great movie.
Because
good choice.
It's an adventure story.
Traps.
It begins in the middle of the action.
Right.
Even though game designers talk about cinematic role play, they don't get the basics of cinema, which is of the Lucas Spielberg era of cinema. In medias res, you just begin in the middle of the action.
Yeah.
And like Indiana Jones is already in the dungeon.
I'm thinking of like Jaws, I think, is also Spielberg.
Yes.
Opening scene is like the teens out in the ocean at night and somebody immediately gets eaten.
You start in the middle of the action.
Yeah. Any modern media that's you find.
Hey, that's how, with the exception of the first one, that's how Lethal Weapon starts.
That's right. It all comes back to Lethal Weapon.
Say anything from the last like 10 or 15 years.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
James Bond films.
Okay.
Casino Royale is a great.
Well, James Bond films, they always there was like the old stinger, at the beginning, the old action stinger.
A great film. A good example is Mission Impossible 3 is a really good one.
You'd like Casino Royale. I know you're not a huge James Bond fan. You'd like Casino Royale, Crazy Mouse. We'll have to watch it someday.
Great opening.
It revolves around poker, kind of, a poker game.
What? Yeah. Give me the rabbit's foot. You don't know what it is.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. But it's a very intense, like, interrogation scene. Go check it out. Other than the bare minimum of showing up on time, paying attention, and not being weird, what makes someone a good TTRPG player? As in, it's nice to have them at the table. How can a DM cultivate a group of them and or turn someone into one? Either they are new to the hobby or not, and what kind of game systems or stories can facilitate that? This is a good way to also like bring it all the way back from your players suck to how do we make a good player?
It's about understanding as a player that you're not competing with the game master and you're not competing with everyone else for their time. You are collaborating, and it's your job not just to entertain yourself. You want to work with the game master to help them bring their vision, whatever it is, to life. Understanding it's a collaborative process. So if the game master says, our game is going to be set in your courtiers in 15th century Venice, you don't show up with an anti-paladin called Deathbringer. And that you make a character that complements the other characters.
Good choices, Shark.
Every player, you give them opportunities to shine.
Find ways to draw them into things you want to do, and you have a little bit
this
of
is almost
inkling of what their best skills are, so you can, you'd be good at trying this. Just those little moments, I think.
Exactly. And instead of the game master saying, what do you want to do? A good player finds that quieter player and says, what do you want to do? And it's about consideration. One of the big mistakes game.
Here we go.
Batmobile.
Is that Orion Akaba?
That she's hanging on?
Yeah. Chad, is that Dragon Master Orion Akaba? Damn. I think it is, because this is old. This is
That is 2 straight yeses.
Yeah, that's him. This must be one of the first 28.
That's 4 straight
the,
yeses.
the glorious.
That's him.
Look at her hanging on this Chad. This guy was like the Andrew Tate of the RPG community, I guess, back in the. No wonder Scott Garibay loves him.
Masters make is finding people who.
Look at how happy she looks.
Look at him pointing to his wang.
Look at Matt Mercer's looking like, get your
hands
off.
Matt Mercer's looking over there. He's pointing down to his wang, and she's pointing over to his wang.
Yeah.
She's like, look what I just did to him. I got him chubbed.
Matt Mercer's like, get your hands off my future wife.
Ryan Akaba's bricked up, man.
Oh, my Lord. He's got the chub going.
And she's pointing at it.
Ryan Nikolai. No, stop. You're going to summon Scott. Maybe.
No role-playing games.
Yeah, he's still doing it. Yeah.
Whoa, this I didn't obviously look.
Now he's checking it out, like he's opening his drawers. They've been like, yeah, check this out.
He's literally pointing down. There's like no other explanation, is there?
He's bricked up.
Wow.
This is back when she watched the Batmobile.
But it makes you wonder, why did Bob use this as filler, as B-roll for this video? Has he got a score to settle against Matt Mercer?
OGG.
Thank you very much. Welcome to Defender. Patrick for 5. Disagree. It's not the GM's job to drag an RPG wallflower kicking and screaming into the spotlight. Engage or get the fuck out. I'm not holding your hand. Yeah. Well, there's certain things I think you can do, Patrick, to help. I think I always view the DM as kind of a coach, like a football coach. You have to find different ways to motivate people. What is this person like? What do they like to do? How can I kind of get them a little bit? And look, a lot of times the wallflower just wants to be a wallflower. Sometimes they just want to stay in the back of the party.
You know, sometimes someone wants to play football, but they just want to be on special teams kickoff.
Yeah.
They don't want to play corner or safety. I just want to play a couple plays.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, can this person, they fill out the party, in combat, they get excited and do a few things. That's great. Maybe when you're in town going on a bender, they just kind of tune out a little bit, or maybe they just enjoy watching other people do stuff. That could be something
Jones, you're on kickoff kick.
Yes. But this whole thing, man, this is crazy. I did not expect to see this. I only watched like maybe the first minute of this video. I'm like, we'll go with it. I tend not to watch these all the way through because, as I've said before, I want my reaction to kind of be as
raw as it could be.
Yeah, as raw as yours. But man, she is all over him.
As opposed to finding polite people, because they can only be taught to play a role-playing game.
Edgelord said, who's the redhead? That's Marisha Ray.
Yeah.
The Batmobile girl.
Yeah.
Now look at these two. He's on her again.
Why is he showing? He's showing like all the times that like
Matt Mercer's like, what's going on?
Get your stinking paws off my wife, you damn dirty ape. Some car washer says Mac.
It's not working out in your group. You don't have to play with them.
Yeah.
Not all your friends have to share.
She's like, get off
She's like, get off me. Typical woman. She had her hands all over him the week before. And now he's like, all right, well, you're giving me some signals. Ew. You know why? It's because...
Come here. Go away.
After, I bet you after that episode, Matt Mercer probably read her the riot act. It's like, oh, so you like Orion, huh? So you like the Dragon Master, huh? What's wrong with me? And she's probably like, going with the Dragon Master, riding the Dragon Master. That might be fun for a while, but I'll probably end up broke and pregnant with 2 kids. Third one on the way.
Your name is Toby.
There you go. Thank you, Cal.
Every single one
for being you.
Of your hobbies.
They're utter shits, says Badger.
Thank you. 3, 4, maybe 5 best players you could have. Because once you get over 5, now that's a big group.
Yeah. One more.
Boy, Chad, am I wrong here? They were just kind of talking about like, do this at the table. And Bob is like showcasing like Orion Akaba, just getting pawed and then like pawing Marisha Ray. There's a little something there. There's a lot of B-roll, especially from Critical Role, you could have used. Why is he going back to the first season, when the video looks like ass? But unless I missed something.
Is this interview taken at Augusta? Is that like a putting green back there? Like, what is that?
I know, yeah. You're going to see a couple guys playing through. Just a ball lands gingerly, like right behind him.
That's why they edited it out.
Yeah, Edgelord. She reminds me of Steel Toe's ex-wife, April Imholt. Yeah. Yep.
Practical tip that we can add to this to really bring it home is to cultivate a good player. You encourage them to GM. Because once they game master, they will know what they want to see in players and then try to do that.
Thank you, really, on the rocks. Yeah, there was something going on there. He's either trying to get on Garabay's like last nerve, or that's weird. That is pretty fucking weird. That
reminds me of like an East Coast West Coast rap battle.
Yeah.
That's like a Georgia Pennsylvania battle.
Yes. Chris for 5. In the early 80s, I used to game every weekend with 12 to 15. I think you mentioned that. 12 to 15 players. Wow. Game from sun up to midnight. God bless you, sir. God bless you.
Or when they are a player.
More players should be game masters.
Yeah. And more game masters should be players, too. Because you learn it both ways.
Well, as I say about DMing, many are called, few are chosen. Give it a shot. But just by the nature of it, if you're in a normal group, you're going to have one person who's probably pretty proficient at it. You're going to have a couple who are okay at it. And the rest just don't, it's not their thing. It's just not their thing. Thinking that your whole group can just DM. Thank you, King Donald. Welcome to Justicia.
Let's go back and restart it. Granny just showed up.
All right.
Granny's back.
Now that we're all here.
Absolutely.
Thank you
Welcome
for
back,
answering all
Grandma.
these questions today. Where can people find your work?
So I have a channel called Dungeon Craft, and you can sign up for the Deathbringer newsletter. And I also have a Patreon where I show people how to have fun playing games.
Excellent. All right. That's it. Keep building. Okay.
Agile Monk, I think you're here. You're meant. Am I seeing things? Is Agile Monk here in our chat? He's also a top supporter. Or am I dreaming? Is this a fever dream? I thought I saw Agile Monk, but I could be wrong. Okay, might be. It's all right. You can be fans of both. You know what? I do not hate Bob, by the way. If you listen, I never go after Bob seriously. I mean, he's okay, but he's kind of a coward. Yep, he is. Okay, yep, there you go.
Yep.
Man about YouTube. Yes. There he is. Yeah, I mean, I wish Bob had a little more balls. Professor DM.
Well, he's showing them to you right there.
Yep.
Double D.
Yep. Got
Front and center.
Yeah, front and center. All right. Let's I promised you some of my hate mail. Okay. This channel is a dumpster fire. What do you think about that, Crazy Mouse?
Wait, our channel?
Yeah. These are
Hush
your
your
comments on my channel.
Hush your mouth, Jay clapping back.
Kind of. Watch yourself, pundit. All right. You're a deeply unserious person. Get a life.
Okay.
Do you think I'm an unserious person, Crazy Mouse, or am I? My wife says I'm too serious at times.
Aren't we all sometimes?
I was gonna say you get accused of the same thing. So, all right, JoJo reference. I didn't find anything in this video except hypocrisy and toxicity from you.
Those are too much of a fancy word. Listen here, book club.
Like how they waited to the end. From you. Well, geez, thank you very much. All right, 1 second here.
What's his name? The Monchichi? I'm drawing a blank. You know, bats.
Oh, Condor.
He called me and Rogan cocksuckers.
That's right. That's right. Spin Gypsy 20. Oh, my Lord. Give him something super.
I'm going to give him 2.
Super duper.
Dr. Harris. Yes? Do you concur?
There's 1. And here I got you for another one.
I got you now, you son of a bitch.
You're a daisy if you do.
That was on this afternoon. I'm like, I can't watch it. I
Oh,
was
man.
working on the stream. I'm like, I got to turn it off. Here's $20 for your life. Make sure to split it with Mouse.
He takes care of us.
Yep. I do make sure they get a piece of the action, as we say. Thank you very much.
And
Spin
thank
Gypsy.
you. Hey, Spin Gypsy, thank you.
Oh, good Lord. Spending a whole video berating, beating up on Will Wheaton.
That should be a comma. Well,
Yeah.
Did you watch the video where he cried?
Yeah, yes. I mean, you have nothing better to do. I love him on Ready Room and Discovery Strange New Worlds. He is the perfect person for that.
Well.
Crazy Mouse, do you concur?
Dr. Harris. Yes? Do you concur?
Should have concurred.
I should have concurred.
Here's somebody telling me that dinosaur racing is cool. Can't win them all. It's gay. Holy shit. Never thought I'd get... See, I think this is one of Jake's people.
I feel like they all are.
Some of them definitely are. I know when he's done a video on me, because I'll get a lot of these, like... a lot of these types of comments from out of nowhere, and I'm like,
sometimes
oh,
some of
okay.
his people show up in our chat.
Oh yeah, live. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not often, but yeah.
They did a couple weeks ago. Not
yeah.
last week. I wasn't here. Like that's the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But the week before, someone was there.
Yep.
We talked about it.
Yep. Thought I'd get to see the sad boomer D&D guy on my recommend. That's actually hilarious. I thought you were imagined up by some other guy, but no, you're real and have opinions. Crazy how that works. God, it's these guys, they have no idea how to burn somebody. Look at people like Shark, me, Pundit. Like, we were raised in the cauldron of, like, early 2000s message boards. We'd have called you a hag and told you to F off. Yeah, we built this city. Built it on
Have
toxicity.
a nice fight, Mike. Off.
Just got here for the first time and wondering why you spent so much time shitting on fellow content creators and gamers. I'm sure there's a reason, but without context, it just makes you sound like a dickhead. Anyway, I doubt you give a shit what I think, so I'll go elsewhere. Good luck, or whatever.
Well, the joke's on you. We talked about you on the show tonight.
We love you so much.
Yep.
You were featured.
You made it.
This is sad. I mean, the video and the comments, you people are so caught up in complaining about what someone said on Twitter that you don't notice your opportunities, incomes, freedoms, and lives are being siphoned away by billionaires and corporations. Oh my God, it's always the billionaires, isn't it? Always the billionaires. God. Yep. Nor do I, my friend. Bring the hammer down. Eastbound and down. Yeah, AOL chat rooms, yep. I mean, fuck. I mean, if you're a Nothing Land, Nutkin Land, Circus Maximus,
I was
like
a
that,
Nutkin Land person.
Yep. You knew how to fight online if you were in those places. That's why these people now, oh, you're bullying me. Bullying? That was like Tuesday back in those days. Here's another one. Where's the diversity? I'm here for diversity in dragons. And this was just a divorced guy smugging himself off to a camera while saying he hates women. First of all, I love women. Crazy Mouse, do I love women?
Of course.
Am I a lover of women?
Of course.
Crazy Mouse, am I divorced?
No.
Were our wives and us not just out together this past Saturday?
Correct. We were on a double date.
Yes.
A triple date, actually.
Yes. Oh, no, wait, it's all a psyop on my part. Oh, no. Divorced dragons. I'm a trans and I exist.
See, these are all from that guy.
They are, yeah. These are now, yeah. How will you ever survive? What a pathetic baby you are. Where's the diversity? He has a talking mouse on his show. Very diverse, yes.
Like that Michigan J Frog.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Now, I want to protect this guy. And by the way, don't ever engage with these people. That is a direct order from me. Just I kind of like it when they do this. It's content. This was actually pretty recent, though, so I figured I would just kind of talk about this and address it. I found your channel from the interview with Jeff. Great interview, by the way. So I thank him. Sincere question here. Why so much of your content right-wing culture war talking points? What does that have to do with D&D? Additionally, are you interested in having subs who are not necessarily right-wingers or interested in right-wing culture war content, but are more broadly interested in OSR D&D? Well, to answer the last question first, that's fine, yes. I do welcome you here. But I also have to say, I'm not going to back down on all the bullshit that's still going on. I mean, it's still fucking... They're not... Wizards of the Coast isn't easing up. Like D&D 2024 isn't like some, retro, like, oh man, they finally figured out that they can't do all this nutty stuff. So yeah, I'll talk about it. It's not the only thing I talk about, of course. So I do welcome you. But in the same respect, I got to be me. As I think I did respond to this guy and just kind of typed out what I'm saying here. I got to be me. So when somebody's running down Gary Gygax, I'm going to call that person a retard. Okay? And I'm going to dump on them. Okay? And I will sleep like a baby at night. And if that bothers people, you're just gonna have to, you're just gonna have to deal with it. And maybe that means you don't follow the channel anymore. I understand.
We lost some channel members because stuff like that.
I always lose.
We're gonna backtrack for 1 second, do a quick little reset.
Oh God, who's Jake? Actual Jake.
Yeah, there you go.
I should feel honored because he does videos of like the quarter egg, Ben Shapiro, and it's like all these like pretty much like quasi celebrities, and then like he'll do a video on me, Divorced and Dragons, which is just endlessly amusing. Yeah, he has an OnlyFans wife. He is a admitted cuck, by the way. An admitted cuck for his OnlyFans girlfriend. So that's all you need to know there. Oh, he also had a very, very odd poll at one point.
Very odd. Strange.
Very odd.
And
very strange.
Anybody that has daughters would feel the same way.
Yeah, you would feel a little angry. $5 for Ryan Nikolai. Why does no one ever question why the most fringe parts of the far left have a stranglehold on the community? Yeah. It's like everybody pretends it doesn't happen or it doesn't exist. But it does. And it's like, sorry, I'm here to give voice, not strictly to the voiceless, because there's been others who've been here before me, and in small ways. You get obviously channels like Pundits, but for a long time, he's doing a lot more regular live streams now on his own. By the way, I will be on his live stream at the end of the month. But yeah, this is kind of a place where we can hang out and make fun of these people, and I don't fucking care. I really don't. People want to hear me lay into dummies like Sly Flourish because nobody did it before. Everybody's like, oh, Sly Flourish, that's a guy that knows what's going on, man. He's with it. Well, sorry, he's a lefty loser. Admitted. These people hate anybody who voted for Trump. Well, guess what? A lot of my audience voted for Trump. Not all of them, but a lot of them did. So seriously. If you have a problem with it, then you might not be happy here. Standing with right-wing glory is absolutely necessary. Yep, society's corrupted and degenerate. Yeah, unfortunately, that's true. Yep, stand tall. Look, people like Sam Hyde, who just they go through the ringer. They get canceled. They're on top of the world. They make funny shows, and then they go through like a period of like years where they have to like eke out a living because of lefty idiots, like Tim Heidecker, who got his show canceled. Well, guess who's back now and funnier than ever. Sam Hyde, Nick Rochefort and Charles. They're on top of the world right now. And nobody knows who fucking, Tim Heidecker is. Tim Heidecker's a fucking loser. And I want you to stop because you're 6. Yeah. Yep, exactly. This is why these sometimes, and I'm going to take this guy at his word. I will always take people at their word. This could just be like a guy who just isn't ready for the fight. And I understand that not everybody's ready for the fight. So I just say sit back, enjoy the non-culture war content. If you like the other stuff, that's fine. But I'll be goddamned if I'm going to give up doing what I'm doing here. not for the... I'll tell you what, when Wizards of the Coast is like sold, D&D starts to come back and they, start to venerate Gygax again. Yeah, guess what? You're going to see a lot more regular gaming content because I'll have less to bitch about.
What does the left mean when you're talking politics?
Like the left, liberals, socialists, communists, people who think the rich are are all the problems in society, and we just need to tax everybody. Like, remember in Batman, the last Batman?
Occupy?
Yeah. Well, that was a little different. So that might not be the best, but back in the day, I guess they were kind of viewed as that. But like, remember in the last Batman movie when Catwoman's going through and all the people are like, ooh, we got all the rich people stuff, woohoo. And she's like, gee, I thought I was kind of for this. And now that I'm seeing it up close, I'm in here with a bunch of fucking jobless lunatics. Who don't, who are literal sociopaths. That's what we mean by the left. Also, the people we watch in the lunacy video, that's the left.
Well, I already know our next sound bite then. Wouldn't it be Matthew McConaughey going, all right.
Yeah. You let me know. Remind me and I will get it. Yeah, this washed up front page. Jesus fuck, this is some clown shoe shit. Clown shoes. Amigo.
Thank you.
A weird axe to grind. Clearly greener than goblins in D&D. Last one, I have Matt Colville derangement syndrome. Do I? All right. Maybe I do.
70s RPGs and probably most 1980s RPGs I would not recommend because they tend to be very strange and weirdly obsessed with math and charts and not much with like play or fun.
Okay. I'm gonna play that again for you guys. Here's like venerated creator Matt Colville.
1970s RPGs and probably most 1980s RPGs I would not recommend because they tend to be very strange and weirdly obsessed with math and charts and not much with like play or fun.
Call of Cthulhu? Anybody?
He looks like that wolf boy.
Wolf boy. See you later, oscillator. Hello. Hello. Yeah, there's a lot of good games in the 70s and 80s. Thank you. A little late on that one.
I had to find it.
Yeah, ew, numbers. There were some good games in the 70s and 80s. Pendragon, anybody? I believe Pendragon has been around for a while. Okay, so this blanket I would not recommend. Sorry, Edgelord. It won't be for long. Ryan for 2. Why does everyone ignore the wargaming past of D&D? Because it's inconvenient. You know, that's a game for crusty old white men. That's why they feel like they can immediately just discount it. But you don't get one without the other. It's why if you haven't seen Secrets of Blackmoor, you must see it. It goes into excruciating detail about the wargaming roots of D&D.
But I'd say any RPG from the 90s till now, you can figure it out in an afternoon. Also, RPGs tend to fall into a couple of different categories.
So you couldn't figure out Call of Cthulhu in an afternoon? Pendragon?
He's got a beautiful head of hair.
He does. Some people are just gifted.
DB.
He's got something. Let's see if I can. I'll let you know if this is the one I'm predicting you're going to give him.
I love knowledge. Hey, Double D!
It wasn't, but good choice nonetheless. Thank you, my friend, DB. $10. I'm here for it, DB, because I'm tired of shit eaters destroying the things I love. We're going to take it up. We're going to take up all the space we want, and you're not man enough to stop us, commies. Absolutely. Yeah, we're here. Come get us, MFers. Thank you very much, DB. Mucho gracias, amigo.
Chris Miller is about to tell us he worked as a hairstylist too before. Is that coming next?
Yeah.
Me and Chris Miller.
He's like cartoon Commander McBride.
Don't we have, if I'm not mistaken, Chris, don't we have Old Navy in common?
Class and level is one. Skill-based is another. Dice mechanics tend to fall into a small number of categories like roll under, dice pool, roll and keep. In other words, once you've played like 4 or 5 different RPGs, it gets even easier to learn a new one because you have all these other games to compare them to. Oh, this is like, yeah. Also, in this day and age, if you're curious about a game like Mothership or Numenera,
he is pimping Mothership hard. I think he had he had somebody from Mothership on. He is pimping that hard.
That you can find videos explaining how the game is played. At least videos that give you some context to get started yourself. So it will be easier for you to learn Mother.
Yeah, Double D. I noticed. I think that's what you meant. DB. Yes, thank you. Yep, in your super chat. Yeah, because I'm here for it. Double D. Yep. Tired of everything. Thank you very much, all you guys, for your continued patronage, support, making this worthwhile to do. $10. No one of consequence. Let's see if I'm sending you. Go ahead.
You know,
Quasimodo predicted all this.
It's still not it, but
Who did what?
I do like. According to the 1E Monster Manual, bugbears have low to average intelligence. Are you saying he looks like a bugbear?
I think that's what we're getting at.
Patrick for 2. Each word he says drops the average IQ of all viewers. Well, that's kind of his audience, in a nutshell. Him and the critters. His audience and the critters. I've gotten more hell. Like, I thought the critters would be bad. Like, Jake's fans are Jake, but they're small in number. You know, there's a couple of trans that come over here and do
They type fast, though, because when they show up,
Yeah.
The same person shows up a lot.
Yeah. But I've never gotten more shit than I have from Matt Colville fans. That's why I have a special place for old Matt.
Was for us to learn the Marvel Superheroes role-playing game, which was
Paranoia 2E for the win. There you go. Yes.
My second RPG, and it was way different from D&D. Super different.
All right, well, don't you like it? Good old Marvel superheroes. $2. Death in Space beats Mothership. Fight me. I won't fight you on that, Badger. I ain't gonna fight you.
Death in Space. Immediately, my thought went to Pigs in Space for the Muppets.
Pigs in Space. Pigs in Space. Oh, do you
when
remember?
You were little, I mean, how much did you look forward to that show?
Around here, it was 7 o'clock on a Saturday, was it not?
Yeah.
7 o'clock on the Saturday. It's time to get things started. We had the best fucking childhood ever. Halaster White Cloak for 2. Flea Mortals is an incredible monster book. I don't have Flea Mortals. I have Strongholds, the Strongholds book. Strongholds is a solid book. Look, I'll give him his due. He's not wrong all the time. His fans are kind of goofy. Oh God, it was, yeah. But he sometimes he has some bad takes at times. It's time to realize, like, come on, 70s and 80s games. I don't know. Which games? All right, are we talking about like D&D clones from like 1976? Okay, yeah, it's going to be a little clunky, but through the 80s? So you're telling me stuff from the mid to late 80s, like, stay away from? Middle-earth role-playing? Yes, I know, a lot of charts, but a lot of people like that stuff. Made Anchor in a little country. Oh, yeah.
DB's giving you some homework.
Yeah. Damn, now need some. Oh boy. Remind me of that. Could you remind me of that? Yeah. I will put the it's time to get things started.
I'll tell you one thing I really liked. And it like, as a little kid, it got you fired up. When it was like 4 Muppets, then it turned into 16, then it turned into 64. And it just, like, that grid got so big, you were just like, yes!
Yep.
Like the gang's all here type thing. I liked it.
I felt the same way for like the Looney Tunes.
Mm-hmm.
This is it.
When they were all marching together.
Yeah. No more rehearsing. And then and like you said, to your point, then they go marching across the screen at the end. You're like, oh, there's Sylvester. There's God. I feel bad for kids that came after, because it literally was the coolest fucking, and we didn't have to go outside and whittle sticks. And we went out and did stuff, but I mean, there were video games around. There was, TV. There was movies. It's not like we were, in like in like the Stone Age,
We didn't have Quinn and Quinn's Quest. Look, it's a video about Mothership. It's really good.
He reminds me of Money Matt here.
He is.
Thank God for Quentin Quest.
Then give us your credit
when
card.
your DM wants to try a new game, help them. Help them figure it out. Don't make them go it alone. Many hands make light work. Figure it out together. I think when we leave.
So did I. We were a Pong family when I was very little.
We had Pong.
Like 76, 77 probably. Yeah, we had Pong.
Leave our comfort zone. We start deploying all this maladaptive behavior to torpedo the experience before we even get started, to make it okay. And not just okay, right and proper, to give up on the new thing and go back to the old thing.
Is this true? Like, it seems like, man, maybe for like modern groups this is, but like these horrible players who are just like, no, we're not going to try anything. Sit in that fucking chair and DM for us. That's what you're going to do. maybe I'm spoiled because, I've had a pretty stable and good group who's always been open to doing a couple new things here and there.
But in fact, the more you join in, the more you participate with learning the new thing, the more fun you will have. And spoilers, you like having fun.
That was another money math thing. You like having fun.
Crisco kisses. There are things about the new game.
Someone mentioned Linda Carter could sing too. Wasn't she naked in a movie?
Yeah, there's naked pics of her.
You won't understand. That's okay. That's normal. There are things that you think you don't like, but in fact, you just don't understand it yet. And as you play, you will realize you got it wrong and that actually it's pretty cool. So be open to the idea that this thing you think is weird.
We have not. I feel like we haven't seen Roxy Soxy in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Good to see you. Muppet Show was the best.
Yep.
It was.
Welcome, Roxy.
Statler
Maybe
and Waldorf.
you don't like might actually be something cool.
Fagerhart.
You just haven't figured out yet. Trying new games is fun, but there's no real commitment. There will be times when everyone's excited about a new game, you play it, and it's just not that cool, actually. That's okay. Learning what you like and don't like is also fun. If you look for excuses not to get behind the screen or not to try this game your DM is excited by, you will always find them. I suspect you will see many of these excuses in the responses to this video in various places online. Here's my explanation for why actually not playing the game my DM wants to try is good. Here's why it's a good thing none of us ever try getting behind the screen so that our DM gets to play. What is the point of that? Is it that these folks feel like if they can get someone to run for them without ever getting behind the screen themselves, that they have somehow won? Like it's a contest and exploiting their friend is like getting something for free that you know you should have paid for?
Man, these guys do not think much of players. Either that or they're building up this straw man argument just to kind of beat on. Tabletop epics for $1.99. Any thoughts on powers and perils? I do not. I do not have any real thoughts on those, but I'm sure our chat will give you their thoughts on it if they have any. Help a brother out here, guys. Powers and perils, what you got?
I mean, sure, we've all done that in one scenario or another. I have definitely had the experience in my professional life of thinking, if I keep my mouth shut right now, work will get done without me having to do anything. But I think that is super different from when you and your friends are getting together to have fun. This might just be me. I remember LAN parties. We would all bring our computers over to somebody's house. And this was back in the 90s and early 2000s when, well, for one thing, we still had LAN parties, but you couldn't just plug all your computers into one.
I don't think I've ever heard.
So LAN is kind of when, before like playing, you know how we can do like multiplayer, like shooter games?
Yeah.
Like sometimes me...
Mama's wrong again. No kind of saying this, you're wrong.
You're wrong. You can play online now, and like me and Stern and Kevin Morgan will be in the same.
That would be what that was.
Yeah, before you could do that, there was a way you could be in the same kind of game with your friends, but you would have to literally physically connect computers.
Okay.
So literally people would have to have extra computers at their house, or you would bring your computer and hook them up. Rogan Resurrection Fund for $4.99.
Thank you.
Rogan.
You bastard!
There's that one. There's that one.
Yeah.
There's that one.
Yep.
Oh, Rogan.
Pour one out, boys. Pour one out. Players don't buy systems. Referees do. Yes. For $2. Thank you, Badger.
Hub and expect everything to work. You would spend hours trying to figure out why Dave's computer can see Craig's and Craig's can see Mark's, but Mark's can't see Dave's. So you have to update everybody's Ethernet drivers, and then you have to update everybody's video card drivers. And what happened was, and this happened all the time, two people would finally get into the game, and they would stop trying to help and just start playing. With the result that eventually, there's one person who can't get into the game for some reason, and no one is helping them because everyone else, as soon as they could get into the game, they did. And now everything is someone else's problem. And I would be the one every time saying, no, we are not playing until everyone can play. We're going to figure out why Mark's computer can't see the game.
God. He's always the hero of his own story. I was the one. Remember his Frankie Goes to Hollywood?
Yes. Oh boy.
I was the gentle flower child who didn't know anything of this. I was the one that said, no, stop your land fun. We need to go back. $2 update Ethernet drivers is code for something else.
You're damn right. You're goddamn right it is. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Knocked my mouth. Oh shit. There we go. All right. We'll just put this up. Yeah.
Ugh.
Back up.
That was my bad, everybody.
No, that was my bad.
Thank you,
Edgelord.
I was taking one for the team.
Edgelord, your comment was so good it almost broke the show.
And everybody would grouse and moan, but they'd do it. And it always baffled me that I was the only one who cared about this.
I was the only one.
Me.
This, say what you want. I know he's a smart guy. I know he's a good business guy. He's a bit of a schemer, bit of a scammer.
I know a schemer when I see one, and then he logs off.
It's him. He's a schemer. He's a scammer. But I mean, good Lord, what an egotist. Insufferable is the absolute right word, Cal. Yep, insufferable.
Your name is Toby.
Always is. Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
As far as everybody else was concerned, if they couldn't get into the game, that was a problem we all needed to solve. But once they could get into the game, it was every man for himself. So I've experienced this behavior elsewhere. It is not unique to gaming tables. And like I said, this is probably not you. This is a minority of tables. But it's definitely a whole lot of the people I meet and talk to. Sure, there are...
What kind of people do you meet that are like this? Is this your fan base? I would like to think my fan base has the DMs have a pretty good relationship with the players and vice versa. Maybe we're a little bit older, a little bit more mature. Every man for himself.
Every man for every band.
Yep.
Rated E for everyone.
There are people who should not get behind the screen. They do not have the temperament for it. I have known these people. They usually know themselves, and no one feels bad or weird about the fact that they never run. Nope.
Yeah,
they do not
fellow Marxists, exactly, Brian.
Have the temperament for it. Happy to have them as a player. But because there's a million different ways to GM, I think most players would make good DMs. And what are they waiting for? Now, having multiple directors in your group can cause drama. Of course it can. Every table is a table of people, and people are the source of drama. You can have tons of drama in a group with only one DM or no DM. Lots of gaming groups just play normal tabletop games every week, and there is drama. I would say the unique drama you get when suddenly you have more than one DM is the fact that now everyone at the table has a favorite. That's also okay. That's natural. It's okay to think, wow, I really like it when she runs, but I find I don't really like it when she runs.
Yes.
In my experience, we tend to put too much responsibility on the DM to be the one who is the source of fun. We, as players, have some power and therefore some responsibility there. Most RPGs, especially most modern RPGs, even if you don't love the way this director runs their game, even if you don't love these rules, you can still love playing your character. That is something you have control over. Remember, who your character is not defined by the rules. It's defined by you. The rules are an imperfect translation of your character, who is a person, into the rules of this game. So if you make a character you enjoy playing, meaning you enjoy their personality and attitude, then you have more fun, period. And if the game isn't awesome, you still have fun just being this person. That part is wholly under your control. Also, I think something people underestimate is how effective it can be to just play along.
He's someone that you could literally be talking on the phone with. You could set the phone down and you could go away, make it something to eat and come back, and he's still rambling on.
Yeah. God bless my mother-in-law, but she's kind of like that, and sometimes Mrs. D will
Just
will
do that.
actually do that. Not all the time, not even often, but there's times where she will put the.
And the other thing is like, I wonder if some of his friends just fuck with him and say like, "I'm sorry, Matt. Could you start over?"
Yeah. I didn't get it. I didn't get all that, Matt.
Take the game and your new director on their terms. Don't require the game to be run on your terms. Maybe I should say meet them and the game halfway. If you decide, I am going to give this game a shot, even though it sure seems like it's not my bag, but I'll play along and I'll sort of fake it, you will discover that sometimes when you do that, you end up having actual fun.
Boy, is this the kind of advice he's given now? I don't see where this could be pertinent. Even these Gen Z, like these horrible millennials that sometimes are maybe prone to do this. I can't see this being a huge issue. Like, do people really not want to like try new things this much that requires all this? Tabletop epics, $4.99. Matt's face always has me wondering, are those lines from a CPAP machine or a ball gag?
Shut your mouth.
Either is likely, I guess. Ouch. No comment. No comment. I will be accused of being a hate monger for allowing that. It's funny.
But okay,
thank you, my
maybe
friend.
you're not having fun playing in this person's game. That can happen even in a group with one DM. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do when you are simply not having fun?
What would you do?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you because I do not know you or your table, and I am neither able nor particularly willing to audit your game. Groups fall apart all the time. It's normal. Things don't always work out. But generally speaking, if you...
Maybe they fall apart because you treat your players like shit.
He'd be like, I only have one question with 7 sub-questions. Each sub-question has its own set of sub-questions.
He's the kind of guy, like, when they're like, okay, this meeting's over unless there's any other questions.
I have a question. Oh, everyone just is like, you utter shit.
20 minutes later. God.
So...
Oh, boy.
Are we ready? I'm burning through it, guys. I'm doing a speed run through this live stream. You guys
Cock is pretty good. I like cock.
You guys are going to have no chance to come up for air.
The D&D community had a bit of discourse around orcs earlier this year, and this is kind of an annual tradition for our community. Every year we dust off the old discourse and we just...
This is Supergeek Mike. I do not like him either. He's taking a shot at me.
He is
Fair
another
enough.
wife with OnlyFans. And he has an OnlyFans.
Yeah, I was going to say he has OnlyFans too. Unfortunately. Super freak Mike.
Take it for a spin, make sure it doesn't get rusty. Only this year, there actually was a development in the
This
discourse.
is the guy that always looks up when he's thinking. Remember?
Yeah,
like
a practiced liar.
Yeah.
A thief and a liar.
This time, it seemed like the creative team behind the new
have nice manners for a thief and a liar.
edition of the game finally took a side.
Thank you.
Although I would actually argue, no, they didn't. So let's briefly talk about evil orcs. The basic gist is that the monsters in D&D, and in fantasy broadly and in pop culture in general, represent things.
He was on the cover of Chunky. Chunky asses.
Stop it.
Chris.
Chris. You dirty rat.
Double D, please check X DM about me wanting to hook up with the Idaho crew, Shark and Patty's Parlor. Thanks. I will absolutely spin Gypsy. I will put you in contact with all them.
Vampires and werewolves and zombies represent different fears of, for example, indoctrination. Zombies strip away your autonomy, werewolves reduce you to your base human impulses, and vampires turn you into a predator. Frankenstein's monster represents the dangers of playing God. The Invisible Man represents, well, actually, all sorts of stuff. Voyeurism, loss of privacy, loss of inhibitions, gaslighting. It depends on the story and on the context the creator brings to it. In fact, these monsters often lend themselves to many different metaphors. This is just kind of how horror works. And honestly, how fantasy works. Some movie monsters carry a lot more specific meaning than others, like the xenomorph is a metaphor for sexual assault.
Is this true? I thought it was a metaphor for getting your face ripped off by the internal jaws. All right. I get it off. Get it off!
The T-800 is the threat of technology that has gone too far, but zombies can be reinterpreted in a bunch of different ways. Then, when we start to examine some of the evil humanoid species in D&D, things get a little bit more complicated. For example, D&D has an entire culture of snake men who are once humans of an ancient empire.
All right, so this is the Yuan-Ti. And you'll see him even in every retro clone. They'll rebrand him because I think Yuan-Ti is one of those protected names. They'll be like the snake men, the whatever. How could you possibly have an issue with this?
Who performed a bunch of dark rituals for their gods, lost their humanity, and now seek to conquer the rest of the planet.
Okay. So these snake men have done a lot of dark rituals. Let's keep that in the back of our mind.
There's a lot of interesting stuff here, and these monsters can either be complex characters with more humanity than you might expect, or cold and unfeeling and almost alien, like the other monsters we just talked about. However, the snake men, the Yuan-Ti, are also often associated with real-world human cultures, particularly cultures from Asia or South America. Their name definitely seems like something meant to invoke Asian naming conventions, and across the various editions, their art has included trappings we typically associate with different real-world cultures, with Middle Eastern-inspired attire and weapons, and architecture that might resemble pagodas from East Asia or ziggurats from Central and South America.
All right, so which is it? Could it just be like they said, "Oh, this will sound cool"? It can't be Asian and Central American.
It reminds me when Gavin gives his theory of like who done it, and he names like 8 people.
Yeah, it says like, you can't be wrong. You literally named everybody. Almighty 377. Oh, it's that guy who was naked in the desert. I'm afraid so. Double D to hell with these guys. Love your content, brother, says Almighty 377. I love you too. Thank you guys for always showing up in force. Well over 220.
Smash that like button.
Yep. Look at that. Channel of only 8,000 subs. That's right. We passed 8,000 recently.
Yep.
On our way, hopefully, to 10. We'll make a game effort. I think my goal was end of the year 10. So that's going to be a little tough. I'll probably need 2 banger videos to hit the algorithm. But even if not, we will keep plugging away. Yeah, they're associated with Asian or Mesoamerican themes because that's where snakes are found. Yes, it's a good point. Yeah. Good Lord.
Which makes them a little bit more complicated as for what they actually represent. Because this otherizing, dehumanizing language around how these monsters used to be human, but then they performed evil rituals and became monsters.
Gee, what kind of rituals could Central American cultures have practiced?
Lizard people or Lizzo people? And why is he looking up?
Yeah, I was going to say, good freeze frame there. Liar. What kind of rituals could Central American cultures have performed back in the day? Do you want to give voice to it?
Now want to conquer the world is now tied up in our own cultural understandings of other real people who lived somewhere on this earth at some point in the past. And I guess this is where I should cut off a pretty common criticism whenever this topic comes up. When I draw attention to the connections between monsters and real-world cultures and people from our own history,
bingo,
I'm not saying the people who worked on D&D and created these fictional cultures are racist. That's not my point. But all of us have absorbed some stereotypes about other people who live on this planet, and that is especially true for cultures that are no longer around and who we are really only exposed to through heavily biased recountings of history. And so when you connect a race of snake men to ziggurats, you are asking the reader to fill in the blanks with their own cultural associations with ziggurats and the people who built them.
But I thought it was Asian. Which is it supposed to be? They have an Asian name, so which is it? Watsy will be selling Juan Tees. Very good. Very good, Cal. Very good. TB for 5. For now on, Yuan-Ti must come from the north. They just stand around frozen, though, because, lizard blood and all. Fucking window liquor. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, this guy has sucked on some lead paint in his time.
Sometimes these will be nuanced interpretations of a complex people, informed by lots of diligent research or exposure to the complex history of a particular region.
What could they have been doing on those ziggurats that would make some people think that they are snake people? Did you ever see Apocalypto?
Other times it'll simply be informed by a half-remembered experience of reading one chapter of a world history textbook in high school, plus whatever myths and stereotypes popped up in movies and TV shows and comic books, which...
All right, so just answer the fucking question, you creep, super creep, Mike. Did Mesoamerican cultures, did they practice human sacrifice? Was that a thing? Did the Spaniards stop it? Did those horrible, horrible people, those colonizers, did they stop it? Yeah, he's a horrible human being, Robert. Absolutely. Thank you. Good to see you too, my friend. Mac, for almost 5. One day, he'll be on the news in cuffs, in a pleather corset.
Oh, boy.
After an FBI NAMBLA raid. Mark my words. Ouch. Ouch. Still.
You just gave him an idea for his next photo shoot.
Yeah. Oy, oy, oy.
Which might not have necessarily been terribly focused on accuracy. All fantasy and science fiction stories use cultural shorthand of some sort to communicate ideas to the reader, especially in regards to whatever non-human species they want to...
But to Chris Miller's point, when you think snakes, when you think Central American ziggurats, it kind of all fits. Maybe they are a stand-in for Aztec, Mayan, I think they both actually did sacrifices, didn't they? If Pundit's here, I'm sure he'll know. And there's nothing wrong with it. Up until they got Christianized, they were barbarians. They thought they had to sacrifice people to keep the sun happy. That's fucking barbaric, you dummy.
Introduce. This is not a bad thing. And in fact, it's a perfectly normal part of...
That's how trendy and woke these people are. They would literally cheer on a human sacrifice because to do otherwise would mean being disrespectful to a brown person. That's how awful this kind of person is. He ate Haley Joel Osment, yes. He's mad that there's no fat cuck monsters for him, says Edgelord for 2. Fat cuck.
World building. Here's an example that's sort of relevant right now. In the How to Train Your Dragon films, I know this is a human culture, but bear with me, it's relevant. The Vikings in these films wear horned helmets because we associate that with Vikings in pop culture. But also the adult characters speak with Scottish accents while the children are American or Canadian. That's shorthand. It's drawing upon the associations the English-speaking world has with Scottish characters in film, and with what are considered to be the more neutral or baseline characters that an audience will connect with.
Good Lord. They use people with English accents for everything. Tabletop epics for $2. Christians fix things. Yes, they stop that kind of stuff, and he is mad about it. Yeah, that's how much he's a champion of the brown people. He would literally cheer on more of them being sacrificed to the sun. Thank you. Thank you, Patty. I would happily sacrifice pedos. Me too.
Which are the characters who speak with an American or Canadian accent. And we can obviously debate about what that shorthand specifically represents. Like, are the adults Scottish because that accent is more easily associated with warrior characters in film, like Braveheart and many of the characters played by Gerard Butler or Sean Connery?
Well, speaking of Sean Connery, how many times did Sean Connery play like a Russian? He had a Scottish accent. It just sounds exotic because they make movies for America first. And then, the English, then I hate to say it, everybody else has to kind of adapt. That's the way it used to be. It's changing a little bit. I mean, they'll do Chinese, not like Chinese language, but they're a little bit more attentive to the Chinese market now. But generally speaking, hey, we need somebody to play a Russian. We'll get fucking Sean Connery. He's got an accent. It's not a Russian accent. Who cares? I mean, Hunt for Red October. Still love that movie to this day. It's a Scottish guy doing a imitation of a Russian accent. Doesn't matter. It has to sound exotic for the average American.
King only.
1 ping only, Vasily. 1 ping only. Mr. Marshmallow saying, BS. Just try to imagine. He's smart, yes. He is. He always... he seems like the kind of guy that would always think that he's the smartest one in the room. I'm not so sure. Christopher Lambert's accent has entered the chat. Yes. Yes. Guess we're on a Sean Connery, Christopher Lambert, Highlander kick there. Badger.
Or the adults Scottish while the kids are American, because that helps to represent how the adults are the old world and these kids are essentially challenging tradition and creating a new status quo. But whatever your interpretation is, you can definitely tell that the creators are using shorthand to convey information to their audience. So that
No, they're saying, can we get this known actor? A, can it be a known actor? And B, oh, he's got an accent. Oh, great. Well, he's the foreign guy. He's the villain. That's all there is to it. They're not like, well, what do the Scottish actually represent? Let's go back to William Wallace's struggle against King Edward I, the hammer of the Scots.
Quickly understand this fictional culture right at the beginning of the movie. And we'll do a whole other video about shorthand in D&D at some other time, because it's not a bad thing.
These intellectuals, they purposely try to confuse you. I mean, fortunately, this whole chat can see through it. I'll take swords for 200. But God, the amount of fart sniffing these people do is incredible.
To use shorthand to...
This is a guy who watches Jeopardy all the time. I guarantee it. Guarantee it.
Efficiently explain things in our games. It's actually enormously valuable.
Him and his wife probably sit down. Oh, let's play Jeopardy at home. See how smart we are. Oh, we could have beat that guy.
He probably cheats.
Yeah.
He tapes it, watches it, plays it the next day with his wife, and she awes at how smart he is.
Yeah. He sees it beforehand. That's funny. I could see him doing that.
For lots of reasons. But this is one of the downsides of shorthand. If you don't offer your readers a whole lot of information about the culture you've created, then the shorthand does a lot of the heavy lifting. And that means that you are going to be at the mercy of whatever preconceived ideas people have about the culture you're referencing. So with all that in mind, let's talk about the orcs and the drow.
I feel like that earlier in that Mike Tyson interview. He's like, fuck you, it's a fight. So that's what I feel like saying to this guy. Fuck you, it's a fight.
Because the D&D community...
Stop trying to make all these grand webs and connections.
He has been debating these species.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Mike. You have no idea.
For 50 years, in part because of the shorthand at play. Because these creatures are... Well, actually, let's hear it from somebody besides me.
And before anyone says anything, I'm going to say this right now.
Yep.
Yes, drow and orcs are racist. We're going to say that flat out, point blank, period. Periodic table. It's done. They're racist. I'm happy that they're finally starting to realize that.
So that's Omega Jones, just so you know. He's the guy in my intro. You hear him every week.
Black people.
Yeah, white people.
White people aren't
a thing. Quoting Critical Bard. Another piece of shit. Fuck you, Critical Bard.
That's a clip from a panel Wizards of the Coast hosted as part of D&D Live in 2020.
These people are so horrible. I hate every...
As you might recall, our culture was kind of shaken up by a major racial reckoning, and a lot of people and companies were finally starting to acknowledge the responsibility they had in elevating black voices and not performing microaggressions. And so one of the ways Wizards of the Coast stepped up at the time was by making sure their big livestream event also included the Black AF panel, where black influencers could talk about the issues facing their community. It actually aired on Juneteenth, 5 years ago. Of course,
Omega Jones or somebody. And he's a fucking no talent hack. And the only reason he has any cachet, any play, is strictly because he is black. No talent hack.
As we all remember from those protests in 2020, I'm pretty sure we fixed racism? Yeah, probably, right? I mean, certainly a bunch of corporations and white people made a whole big thing about how they were finally listening and learning, so I'm sure they wouldn't then go back to keep doing racist stuff when the memory of the 2020 protests had faded, right? Surely that didn't happen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure when white people finally listened for real, for real, we fixed racism. In fact, I'm not even going to check, I'm just going to assume that we nailed it. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, real
It all
funny
comes
there.
back to pigs in space.
Wait, the link to the full panel is in the description. I really suggest you watch the whole thing. I obviously can't include the entire panel in this video, but I am going to cut to clips from that panel a few times today whenever they feel relevant. Because anytime I bring up the topic of race in D&D, no matter the context...
I gotta try to track down that panel. Maybe we can EFAP that next time.
People often make, I think, a very valid point. That white people, no matter how well-meaning they are, love to speak for BIPOC people and tell you how racist something actually is, without first checking to see if any BIPOC people were offended. Usually this is brought...
He did not aim a gun at a pregnant woman either. I always thought that would be a good statue of George Floyd, just have him, like... holding a gun to like a pregnant woman's belly
during his home invasion.
Yeah, during his home invasion.
Our city just had a parole officer shoot and kill somebody. The rest of the story is that guy tried to run them down with a car.
Yeah, the parole officer got caught in the car. It was being dragged.
Actually, it was, a parole officer was out looking for him because he's been avoiding him for weeks. This guy was a drug dealer and in prison on gun charges and drugs. Not jail, but prison.
Yeah.
And the city made this guy a martyr.
Yeah, we get protests now down at our city or our police department, like, oh, how dare you? Because the guy had to shoot. He had to shoot to save his fucking life. I hate it all. All these fuckers. This is the kind of guy right here. He'd have been down there protesting. Not concerned at all about the guy who's just doing his job, trying to get a fucking crackhead drug dealer off the street. Red Devil.
My brother would have been.
Oh yeah, your brother would have. Yeah, we know. Unfortunately, we do know people who would be there. Snake people, demons, and brutish orc raiders are problematic. Yeah, white men and Aryan elves, however, those as villains are politically correct. For fuck's sake, yeah. Thank you, Red Devil. Pigs in Space, was that his OnlyFans video? I believe he is, Chris.
Brought up in the context of dismissing these arguments, but regardless...
Corn-fed wild man.
Yeah, you made him chuckle. That's
his D&D is Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, I was going to say that. That ain't easy to do, as I well know. So congrats, you got a snicker out of Crazy Mouse.
So the motive... This is a valid complaint of white liberals. I'm a leftist, but it still is...
He's leftist. There you go. He believes all the things that we talk about that they try to say don't exist. He's a fan of.
Relevant, I think, to be conscious of that criticism. So I want to demonstrate that, yes.
That's right. You are the forgiven felon. Yep. I think you're allowed to. In prison, did you have to kind of hook up? I mean, I don't want to say like, oh, was the Aryan nation there like for protection? Forgiven felon, because I'm assuming you're white. Like, did you kind of have to hook up with kind of like the white vanguard in prison to stay alive?
This is not just my white guilt or whatever, trying to find something to be upset with, as so many people often try.
Yeah, and he is doing that now, pundit. Yeah, he is talking for black. Yeah, but they have a blind spot there. They're like, well, of course we're the white savior. But there's nothing wrong with that.
To claim whenever these sorts of topics come up, these tropes are frustrating for a lot of black players, indigenous players, and players of color. Not all of them will feel the same way, of course, but I want you to understand that I often didn't notice the more problematic elements of these ancestries whenever they popped up. I only discovered that they were problematic by listening. I know.
It's very dramatic. Oh, listening. Magna quam. If the stain on Condor's wall was an opinion. Good pull there, buddy. Good pull.
I know, but it's true. I only listened to people who were smarter than I was, heard other arguments.
Oh, I hate that too. And this guy does not believe that for a minute. That I just listen to smarter people than me. This is the kind of guy who always thinks he is the smartest guy in the room underneath. He will tell you the opposite. He absolutely
because he's
does.
Fishing for a compliment.
Yeah.
Like he wants someone to talk about how smart he is.
Yeah, he wants somebody to immediately say, oh, yeah, but you are really are smart. Oh, no. There's, Critical Bard is so much smarter than me. I mean, Critical Bard is a retard.
And realizes they were making a pretty valid point.
Yeah, this game is 50 years old, and it was, an outstretch of things Tolkien did, which was an outstretch of...
Tolkien did. David B. B. David Walters. Yeah, this guy's like the they push him as like the DM of like Tanya DePass is always in his games, like the
I remember that.
Yeah, the grifter, like the sensitivity grifter, Tanya DePass, her. So whenever they want, like, hey, we need to showcase minorities playing D&D, like he is always like the DM.
Mythology. I mean, it goes back many centuries. So I don't fault the game for having some problematic themes, but yes, we need.
What's problematic?
To consciously be aware of that as we're moving forward, and I think it's a good first step.
So let's start with the
good first step. Good first step.
Overkill says his head shaped like an eggplant.
Drow. Across the history of the game, the Drow have often been treated as though they were all evil because they worship an evil spider goddess. They live underground in massive cities because they are meant to represent the opposite of elves. When Tolkien created our modern interpretation of elves, he made them live in peaceful locations that are in harmony with nature because he wanted them to represent in contrast to humans. He's essentially took away an aspect of modern human culture, the way we clear away wilderness to build our own habitats, and use that absence to show how the elves are different from us.
Tabletop Epics, $2. This guy, what if Brandon Gleason was into buggery? Ouch. Buggery.
They're also immortal and thus wiser than us because they have a broader perspective on the world than we do. But I also don't think it would be a stretch to argue that Tolkien thinks the elves are wiser than humans because they live in harmony with nature. Like, that might be another very deliberate piece of shorthand to communicate that compared to humans, the elves are in.
Take care, Pundit. Thanks for stopping by. Yep, and like I said, look towards the end of the month on the Pundit encounter. I told him it sounds kind of gay a little bit. I'm gonna encounter Pundit probably at like Sunday 8 o'clock. I think on the 27th. I think we decided whatever that last Sunday is in the month. We will have a rip-roaring conversation with RPG Pundit.
Now, Dark Elves have their origins in European folklore, but there's not a lot of detail in those myths for the creators of D&D to draw upon to create an entire enemy faction. So the designers had a challenge. How do you make the
Tolkien, we was elves and
Dark Elves different from our standard interpretation of elves? Well, instead of living among trees as the elves do in Middle-earth, the Dark Elves live in caves beneath the ground and worship spiders. They're also matriarchal, which is a whole other can of worms that we just don't have the time to get into today. However, the Dark Elves are also slavers, which is obviously meant to demonstrate how evil they are, because slavery is evil. We all know that. But the D&D designers also gave the Dark Elves dark skin. Again, I can understand why they made that decision. They are called Dark Elves, after all. But
and that's where you should have dropped it. Anything more that's read into it, you are purposely trying to cause trouble and read something into it. Yeah, they always come to the wrong conclusion. Yep. Yeah, I mean, we just have to come to the sad reckoning that there has been a generation and a half that's been completely brainwashed. I think millennials are gone, and I think half of Gen Z is gone. I think there's a spark in Gen Z that's starting to recognize this. Now the really terrible ones in Gen Z, they're bad, but I think you're starting to see Gen Z being like, why we don't want to be like millennials.
Unfortunate fallout of that is that now D&D canonically has an entire culture.
That looks like a joke you'd appreciate. Well, you obviously must have because you put it up there.
Yep.
Down under. He's got that Italian disease, Mafunzo.
Of evil, dark-skinned people who keep slaves and want to conquer other cultures. And so when some BIPOC players first came to the game and they saw that the only real canonical examples of black characters in the game were these evil elves, some of those players, not all of them of course, but some of them felt a little alienated by that. It wasn't the most welcoming environment for them.
Shout out to Drizzt Do'Urden, our homie, but even then...
Drizzt Do'Urden, our homie.
The Drizzt stories are still the noble savage trope, that is like, yo, you're the good one.
You're the good
one. Into Omega's point though, here in
shizzle my drizzle.
He just said this, but I really want to underline this for anyone who might be confused. A villain is a villain because of what they do, not because of what they are.
Now, whenever we make comparisons between fictional D&D species and real-world cultures in our own history, or are present, some very smart people always come out of the woodwork to point out that elves are fictional, so they can't represent humans. The same thing goes for something like the Hadozi from Spelljammer. I've literally seen people argue that because there are no human beings who have tails or wings, then a culture of flying monkeys cannot represent humans in any way. But that's famously not how art works.
Yeah, because you think they're black people, because you think in your heart of hearts that black people are all monkeys. That's you, amigo. That is you.
That's why I spent so
That is your side.
much time at the beginning of this video
You gotta own that.
talking about how really no artists create cultures in a vacuum. When J.R.R. Tolkien created the dwarves of Middle-earth, he was influenced by Jewish culture. It doesn't matter that we don't have an entire species of snake men in our world. If you depict the Yuan-Ti as living in ziggurats or pagodas, then whether consciously or unconsciously, you were drawing connections to the real world. When you draw your goblin and your trolls with huge long noses and you describe how the goblins want to abduct babies and drink their blood or whatever.
Sean, take care, buddy. Thank you very much
You
for your
have
generosity.
nice manners for a thief and a liar.
Yes, apropos. Thank you, Sean. Have a good one, buddy. Have fun at VentureCon, man. Drive safe, too. Absolutely drive safe. And we will meet there next year. I'm a call it now.
Whether consciously or not, you're drawing upon centuries of anti-Semitic rhetoric. Because, unfortunately, sometimes Jewish people were compared to goblins by racists. Which is why when J.K. Rowling has the goblins of her world also running the banks, it almost feels deliberate, like you are acknowledging the anti-Semitic roots of the modern interpretation of...
Patty, was there something going on with memberships on Rumble? I see your chat. I'm not sure if Double D... I don't think we get any special notification for... so if... Write something in the chat if something's going on there. If somebody is a member or a new member, just let me know. And Crazy Mouse will look for it.
Goblins, and maybe even saying something about that, or criticizing in some way. Potentially there's room to explore that idea, but she wasn't doing any of that. It was not conscious. And that's the thing. Coding doesn't have to be deliberate to still be present. Sometimes it is, of course. It probably won't surprise you to learn that the Na'vi from Avatar are a deliberate analogy for indigenous people from all across history and all around the world. But sometimes it's not deliberate. I don't think George Lucas realized the minefield of representational issues he was wandering into when he created the Gungans, and had one of Jar Jar's first lines be...
there we go. Gifted a membership. Okay, yeah, we do. We'll keep an eye out for those in the future. Absolutely. Thank you, Patty, for the gifted membership. Appreciate it, amigo. And Forgiven Felon. Attaboy. Good to see you. The bigotry of low expectations on full display here. Yeah, well... Minorities are just pet projects for liberals and leftists. Robert Santon for 5. Can't take any more of this POS. I've had enough. All right, maybe we'll go to our lunacy display. We can maybe pick this up at some other time. Chris for 10. Well, this is worth celebrating, is it not?
You got a 33 and a third chance of winning. But I got a 66 and 2/3 chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me and he's not even going to try.
Not even going to try. Get you a little Steiner math there, Chris. If D&D followed his rules, all monsters would look the same, no distinguishing features, and everyone would be good aligned regardless of their actions or culture. Of course. Yes, absolutely. Jeffrem, good to see you, buddy, for 2. By his logic, because the Australian painter, that would have been...
Good day, mate.
That would have been, good day, mate. I don't like the Jews very much. By his logic, the Austrian painter was a vegan. Then all representations of vegans are based on naughty Germans. Yep. Yeah, some very flawed logic on his part. All right, I tell you what, let's, I've had enough. Let me just get the time here for a moment. All right, so we are almost 12 minutes in. Crazy Mouse, if we ever want to come back to this, we can just do that. All right, let's finish up with our lunacy display here. And then we'll, like I said, not a breath.
Okay, this might sound a little bit crazy because it's summer.
Oh, she's a lunatic.
I knew you'd say that. I knew she gets under my skin too.
I mean, everybody's grilling, but for a few years, whenever we hosted people, we never grilled. That was like a rule in our house. If we are hosting people and it is the summertime, we're not grilling. We might prep food in advance. You can smoke meat that's ready when people get here. We might do pizza. Who knows?
This woman hates her husband.
Absolutely.
But she thinks she has him trained now. Oh, and she'll say like, "Oh no, my husband is great now." And then she will just make video after video running her husband down for his past slights, according to her.
We were making different things, but we were not grilling. And the reason we were not grilling was because when we first became parents, especially, my husband and I used to host people all the time. We have a pool, so we're constantly having people at our house. And every time we had people over, my husband would say, let's grill. Of course. I mean, it's summertime, everybody's grilling. That's what you do. And I would say, great, let's do it. And every single time we would grill, I found at the end of the night, I was exhausted, burnt out, and frustrated because I didn't get a moment to myself. I
All about her, always.
couldn't finish a drink. I couldn't talk to a friend. I couldn't eat my meal. And I couldn't do any of those things because while my husband was grilling, drinking a beer, chatting with his buddies.
Oh boy. There you see her, she will run him down every chance. Having a beer, chatting with his buddies. Meanwhile, I got to chase the kids around.
I was running around doing everything. I was getting everybody their drinks. I was taking toddlers to the bathroom and changing diapers.
Guarantee you didn't have to get his buddies drinks. They probably found their way to the cooler.
How often are your kids pooping their pants?
Yeah. And getting drinks. Have you not heard of a fucking cooler? Here's the pop cooler. Here's the beer cooler.
Well, let's just take this one step further. Her guests don't even feel comfortable in her home that they wouldn't go get their own drink.
Yes, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, you've done it. I've done it. Gavin does it.
Yeah.
When they are hosting, you give a quick little tour to someone who's never been there before. Here's where the fridge is. Here's where the cups are.
Yep.
Here's where the snacks are.
Help yourself.
Yep.
We don't stand on ceremony here.
You don't have to ask.
Yeah, she does deserve to be divorced more than any other woman. Exactly, Patrick. Yep. Yeah, she doesn't like it. Yeah, then stop doing it.
I was feeding the kids. I was prepping the sides. I was getting the silverware. Every time my husband needed something inside, I went and got it. I felt...
Why are you prepping the sides on the day of...
While your guests are already there.
Yeah. Then as you always say, her shit ain't adding up.
Yep.
Like when he was grilling...
Your dumb answers make me ask more questions.
Yep. Bingo.
To sit there, talk to his friends, drink a beer, and actually enjoy himself and relax for a moment, even though he was cooking. Like, I'm not saying he did this to me intentionally.
Yes, you are.
Even though he was making the main course for, that everybody actually was there for. They weren't here for your pasta salad, bitch. They were here for the hamburgers.
But that was his day, right? He got to actually communicate with other people, finish a drink, do something he likes to do. And I was running around. And it felt like it totally defeated the purpose of hosting our friends because I never even got to talk to them. So for the last few years, while our kids were young, we stopped grilling. We didn't grill at all. If people were coming over, we prepped food in advance. We would smoke meat that we could serve when they got here. We would do things like pulled chicken, whatever. It was all food we could prep before they got here that we worked on together so we could both enjoy having people at our house.
What a horrible... God. This guy's... He must just be so fucking...
If he'd be like one of those people, if you go back and watch their wedding video, he'd be the groom that's always rubbing his forehead.
Yes.
As if to say, what did I do?
Yeah, like, I can't believe I did this. Making the biggest mistake of my life. And now he's probably like, well, I'm in this for 18 years. Because he's probably an honorable guy. I think he's a blue-collar guy. I think from what I heard, he works on like he's a lineman. Like not a football lineman, like goes up and fixes your power line. Thank you for the super chats, Tabletop Epics.
Have a good night.
Have a great one, buddy.
We wanted to both have a good time when people were at our house. And previously, when my husband would grill...
Let me tell you something. As someone who enjoys hosting and grilling, he's not having a good time while you're hosting and not grilling.
Yeah.
His friends came over to see his grill.
Yeah.
They want to experience... vicariously what he's grilling.
Yeah, that's what guys do. What you got there. It's perfectly natural for the guys to hover around and just see what's going on, man.
I don't like her.
Horrible. What a buzzkill, too. She just must...
she was complaining about something, and literally you'd look out her back, like that window in that kitchen, because remember her video is from a different angle, and they have a beautiful backyard. This guy provides like the nicest house for her.
Yep. Yeah, this chick can't be inconvenienced ever at all. If she is, she's already looking around. Why aren't you inconvenienced?
Going to the grocery store and buying potato salad and putting it in another fucking bowl isn't hard.
Yeah.
I don't know what's taking you so long to do it.
Yeah, if you're planning these sides that need to be prepped during the party, that's on you, dummy.
What are you,
Got to have a good
what are
time.
you peeling grapes? Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
And I didn't. Now, I will say, now that our kids are older,
I'm gonna unshell these pistachios.
we don't have to worry about this anymore. We grilled the other day. It's not as big of a deal. We don't have toddlers, but still, sometimes we're not going to do it because I want to enjoy it just as much as he wants to enjoy it.
He ain't enjoying it.
Doesn't make any sense. It's not a problem anymore, but I want to enjoy it as much as, well, you don't have the kids to worry about anymore. So what are you not enjoying? I think she let it slip there a little bit. Like, oh, we don't need to do that anymore. But sometimes we don't grill because I want to enjoy it as much as him. So it literally is, everything is a competition to these people. And obviously, I mean, go figure. She's done like some political videos too, like, is this what you people voted for? Is this what you voted for? Rounding up illegals? Yes, it's exactly what we voted for.
And so, if you were in the thick of it with young kids,
These people, I've said it before, they suck the life out of you. They are such a drain on you, as Crazy Mouse would say. There's faucets in your life and there's drains. She is a drain.
I wouldn't go to their parties.
Yeah. Unless you were there to give support to the husband, like you were like really good friends and you're like, I gotta help him.
But then again, if you were really good, they have the pool, which is a huge plus. But like, if they were really your friends, if he was that good of a friend, you'd be like, dude, how about I host?
Yeah. That way you don't have to deal with it. But then you ain't going to see him at the party because then it's like, okay, well, guess what? You take these kids, I'll take these kids. Probably can't even take turns, like normally you do. Like she watches, and let's be fair. The mother does watch the kids most of the time, as she should, because she's the fucking mother. But if you're a good husband, you'll be like, hey, honey, let me take a turn here. Let me watch the kids for you for, half hour, or whatever. You do your turn. Okay, but nobody expects the guy, the father, to be watching the kids. It's unnatural. It just is.
We won't forget Chris.
Yep. I think we already did. Roger, I think Roger won on Saturday.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I believe we did. Unless you want me to give away my copy, Chris, I will do that. Thank you, Chris, by the way.
Have a good one, Chris.
Yeah,
Thanks for the super chats and enjoy.
Yep. Travis Pop, your Mad Scribe is coming, and Roger Rebus, the creator of Central New York Con. On Saturday, I raffled off Last Vikings, and he has won that. No, that was the Last Viking, Chris. I do believe. Well, I know it was because I just sent it to him on Monday. Yes. Thank you, Cal. Yes.
hosting people, and you feel like every time your husband's grilling, you're just.
But you know what? I do have that other copy. I can give it away. And by the way, guys, if you go to Mad Scribe Games if you follow the link in the chat, or I'm sorry, in the description, check out Last Vikings. If you missed the live stream from Saturday and want to hear a little bit more about it, Pundit and Chris Miller were on. It's a good conversation. Watch that live stream. And like I said,
put it on in the background while you're doing other things.
Yeah.
While you're grilling.
Yep. Yeah, so check it out. It's a good book. Very good book.
Running around crazy, maybe do something different. Like, it doesn't have to be a forever thing. And like, we still grilled for our own family when we weren't hosting, but when we were hosting, we were not grilling.
I hate it.
Insufferable.
What the hell? Oh boy.
What do you think of that?
As a mouse, I'm not afraid.
He's speaking your language, wasn't he? What did he say?
He said, "Mouse in the house. Squeak, 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 squeak.
Want to go behind those trash cans? I'll show you my little mouse cock."
Thanks to the training that you've given Rogan and myself, there has been no mouse cock lately.
That's right. Yeah, mouse cock is at bay. Yeah, Chris Miller, and I'm out. Yeah, want to send you out on a high, Chris.
I'm out.
Did you see what happened in northern Texas?
All right, so she's talking about ICE agents getting attacked, literally attempted murder on employees just doing their job, enforcing the laws of this country.
It's beginning. So for those of you who don't know,
nice nose ring.
Nice tattoo of the Capitol on your chest.
A group of armed civilians.
Yeah, what is that? It's got to be like the Taj Mahal or something.
Decided to.
It's a freaking tattoo that says "insert here."
Appropriately to a group of ICE agents. One of the ICE agents was in the neck, and another one of the civilians was killed.
So she seems happy about this.
So a civilian got killed?
Yeah, I think the shooter got killed, if I'm not mistaken. So this is how awful and evil these people are. Even if it leads to the death of someone on their side, they don't care. They're like, ooh, this is good for us. This will be good for us. The most evil people to walk the earth. These committed communists and leftists. I'll say it every time. We should all buy them one-way helicopter rides. Yeah.
So, it has begun. We knew it was coming. And while this is the first instance, it will not be the last. In my opinion, this is an appropriate response to people being kidnapped in broad daylight off the street.
They're not kidnapped. They're criminals who are here illegally. A lot of them are actual criminals too. I mean, they have broken the law by being here illegal, and they need to go the fuck back. But a lot of them are actual criminals too. They're not being kidnapped off the street. They're being arrested.
And having masked and armed men who don't have to identify themselves taking American citizens. So
they're not American citizens. Yeah, if they're here illegally, dummy.
I'm keeping an eye on it. It's quite an interesting develop.
Look at how gleeful she looks.
Give her the finger and tell her to sit and spin.
Yeah, there you go.
Development, one we knew was coming, like it's inevitable. Violence begets violence.
Dead eyes too. Always the eyes. Dead eyes.
And yeah, I find it interesting.
Do you like my Kremlin tattoo? Where is it? Right on my tits.
Yeah. The Kremlin tattoo.
The first one was in Texas, of all places. Also, if you haven't seen what is going on in LA, shit is getting wild there. So keep an eye on things, but also keep your wits about.
Why are you so happy that things could escalate? You always say we're a bunch of gun nuts. Why are you so happy that you want things to break down?
Her partner hair is really weird.
Yeah, she got her hairline's there.
It's really weird.
Yeah, there she got a.
Is that a wig?
Yeah. Now I'm starting to wonder: is it a dude? I think it is a woman. I think it is a woman, but oof.
I think it's a woman because the Kremlin thing goes right to her Adam's apple, which she doesn't look like she has.
Yeah.
Understand that this is the natural progression of like the timeline that we're on, and yeah.
Oh boy, that made it worse.
Up, babes.
You have people like this in your life. It's time to say adios to them and just be like, sorry, no more. We're done with you. You're an evil fuck.
I really don't understand why I'm supposed to feel bad that some Hitler youth camp got washed away in a flood because they weren't able to be warned due to the policies that they voted for.
He's talking about a bunch of 12-year-old girls dying in that Texas flood.
Yeah.
I show you the most evil people in the world every week. Just to remind you, this is why I'm here. This is why I do this. Yes, their tendrils do go into gaming. If you don't think there's people in gaming that believe this shit, you're crazy. They do. Also, did he get stung by a bee or
I
something?
know, what is going
What
on?
the fuck is going on there?
His head's like a question mark.
yes. It's misshapen. It's probably like a tooth issue, and he's such a broke idiot that he can't afford dental insurance. So I can't afford to go to the dentist. So I'm just gonna let my tooth rot in my mouth. Ugh.
If they can deport people that they don't want in their country, I can abort a fetus I don't want in my country.
Oh, boy.
Two on that.
Okay.
They're smart too. I mean, they're very smart, aren't they? Cal. Well, most deluded people, yeah.
Your name is Toby.
Always and forever. Thank you, Cal.
I
Good
sent
job
my
as
dad
always.
photos of new concentration camp in Florida, and I asked him, "Is this what you voted for? Is this what you wanted? Is this what you expected?"
They think just by calling it, oh, this is a concentration camp, yeah. Yeah. People are here to die. It's a holding facility. They can leave anytime they want.
Are you proud of this?
Yep. I did vote for it. I am proud of it. I think it's great. Brought DeSantis and Trump together. They're pals again. Yeah. We want more. More, please. More mosquitoes. More alligators. Thank you very much. Hey, you know what they can do? They can be like, all right, I'm out of here. I waive everything. I just want to leave. It's fine with me.
And I got no response
because he hates your guts. Because he realizes...
Because he's disappointed in you.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably... You're his kid. Probably doesn't hate you, but he probably realizes... He probably has other kids, and he's probably like, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Meatloaf.
Yeah. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
When Donald Trump, before the election, said that the enemy within was the Democrats, that shit worked. People are so brainwashed. This destroyed families.
I know. I've destroyed mine.
My family just went back to South Carolina to visit my family, my parents, and I didn't go.
Oh,
I mean, why would I drive 1,500 miles for somebody who won't have a phone call with me?
Why are you driving? Why are you driving 1,500 miles? Because you can't afford a plane ticket, you broke moron?
I'm not. We're done. So.
Yeah, I'm sure it's their loss, honey. I'm sure it's their loss.
Somebody better put a stop to this sick motherfucker before it's too late.
What's up with these old people, man? Remember the grandma I showed you a couple weeks ago? Well, you did it, Trump. You did it.
Not gonna stop. Mind you, he's only in there fucking, I don't know how many days now. But he's been in there long enough. And look at the damage he's done already. And he's got fucking 3 years, over 3 years yet to go. If he's done this much damage already, what do you think's gonna happen? It's gonna get worse.
It's gonna be in my brain all night now. Thank you, Thean.
And worse, not better. It's gonna get worse because the more.
Condor, as I keep saying, Condor is actually really like pro MAGA. It's just he's also kind of a bum too. You're a bum, Rock, a bum. I like that because before I cracked the whip and said get to work today, Double D, Rocky 2 was on. And I hadn't seen Rocky 2 all the way through in a long time. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, this is a really good movie.
Come here. What? Come here. What? When?
Oh man. I tell you, it's permissible for a guy to cry at the birth of a child. You know, if something, the death of a parent, a relative, a close relative, certainly a child. And at the end of Rocky 1 and 2, or 2, you're allowed to tear up.
Power he gets, and the more the fucking Supreme Court, Congress let him get away with, the more he's gonna more evil he's gonna be.
Where's your teeth?
This guy is legitimately in his mid-80s. It's a hard mid-80s, too.
How's your applesauce taste?
Yo, cut me, Mick.
That's what dictators and all that shit do. He's an evil, evil motherfucker, and his whole family and everything was evil. You see that thing where he fucking stops immigrants and his parents are immigrants that come to this thing. They showed on the thing where his parents is from Germany.
Yeah, they came here legally.
Do you like popsicles? How do you like them popsicles?
It's like they try to mind fuck you into thinking like, yeah, his parents were immigrants too, and look at that, now he's arresting him. It's like he's arresting illegal immigrants, like Obama did, like the 3 million that Obama did. When you didn't say one word, you hypocrites.
They come over here illegal.
Not coming here illegal.
Hope you're proud of yourselves, MAGA.
We are.
What's this dude want? This looks like a commercial for like Visit Arizona or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love the shades. Sister, brother, whatever you are.
Hope you're good and proud of yourselves, man.
We are. We are.
Man. Yeah, you're just now all to be held accountable for this crap. Okay? Someday, your day will come. Because every dog has their day, MAGA.
Do you know what I think? I think that is a girl.
It is, yeah.
And I think that she's purposely wearing her Mardi Gras beads to show everyone I did show my titties. I am a girl.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm one of the legit ones. Nice sunglasses. Gotta say that.
Every dog has their day.
Love how they try to be like so intimidating. Every dog.
That was very Arnold-like at the end.
Let off some steam, Bennett. Speaking of
y'all need to
dogs.
stop calling people lazy because they don't want to get a job. People are just tired of being slaves. When I go on Indeed, you know what I see? Plantations.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man, preach.
Ain't nobody finna be doing all that work for that little bit of money they be trying to give people. And it does not take a full hour to make $20.
Amen. Preach, pancake lady. Oh,
Sage
edgelord. Look at this, you dirty rat.
Ah, there we go. Hit it at the same time. In living color.
It all comes back.
Full circle. Full circle.
Hop on here and say that if you have SNAP and you're unemployed, you probably need a job now, because they said if you don't have a job, you need to get a job within 3 months. And
Yes.
judging how the job market is and how my friends here on TikTok know that
7 million open manufacturing jobs across the country. Apply to one.
finding a job is hard.
It's not hard.
It ain't hard. Swing a dead cat.
Yeah.
You get a job in our city, no problem.
I mean, if you just want to work, you can go to any fast food place and just be like, all right, this is a stopgap. I could literally get hired and be working by the end of the week.
By the end of the week, double D.
Yeah. Sometimes the next day.
Yep.
Yes, you're right. Sometimes the next day.
Can you come in tomorrow?
Yep.
applied to at least like over maybe 70 jobs in the past month. I've gotten like 10 rejection emails, and then the other 60 haven't even gotten back to me. So if Trump wants us to get off of SNAP,
I hear what she's saying. I want more information. What jobs are you applying to? Are you applying to like a service industry job, or are you applying to be like, I think I should be the manager of a store inside their local mall? Well, maybe we're not hiring for that right now, right? We have a manager. What are you applying to?
Yeah, is she trying to, is her reach exceeding her grasp? I mean,
I applied at the grocery store to be the store manager.
Yeah. Well, it's like, no, you got to earn your way there.
Yep.
You know, can you start out, before we start talking management? Can you at least work here a year, and then we'll put you in our program?
Can you give us a little about your work history? Because if you haven't had a job in the last 2 years, the HR person's dismissing you already. What have you been doing for the last 2 years?
And I hate to say it, physical looks sometimes.
Do you want that to be the face of the greeting the customers when they come in?
I can't tell. Is that maybe that's just acne? If it's acne, you know, I don't want to go there. But like, are there piercings and stuff in there? It's like I can't tell because of the video quality. But I mean, the pinkish hair is a little much because she's too old for that.
The big mean orange man, our president, wants us to get off Snap. Maybe he should create more jobs. Has he thought about that? I don't think so.
The jobs are out there.
Meth scars.
Meth scars, yeah. Picking her face. The leads are weak.
I'm one of the very many people who is no longer going to qualify for my health insurance because of the new bill. I'm on Medicaid because I can't afford regular health insurance and I can't work.
Why? What can't you do? Can you stare at a security monitor? Could you be an overnight security guy?
Could you do stuff from your house?
Yeah. If they got you a special chair, could you be a cashier?
Could you do data entry?
Yep. No, you're fucking lazy.
But they can afford piercings, apparently.
Cut off all of his money and food and see how fast he can all of a sudden do stuff. It'll be like a miracle on high. Oh shit, I guess I can move. I guess I can do what it takes to survive. This dude is a product of like a society that's running out of problems. First world problems.
Know how I'm going to do anything.
Because
I'm on medication. I need to live. I have doctor's appointments more than once a week that I need to go to. I have just constant care that I need to receive, and I get that through Medicaid. I simply...
So why would you be off?
Cannot work 80 hours a month to meet.
Can't work 80 hours a month. That's 20 hours a week. You can't stare at a computer screen for somebody for literally 4 hours a day.
The qualifications because my body will fall apart. I'm just not able to.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not special.
My body will fall apart. I'm hearing all the indications. This is not a real illness. Maybe get that metal out of your face.
Remember in Better Call Saul when Lenny was like, thought he had a disease about metal?
Oh yeah, his brother, his
Saul's
Chuck,
brother.
yeah, yep.
People like me who are going.
This guy looks like the kind of guy that would fall prey to that.
To lose access to care that they need to be alive, and I'm just at this point I'm disgusted because there are too many of us who just might not live through this.
You'll be
and
fine.
I'm afraid.
Of what?
Yeah.
Not needles.
Yeah. Well, how much you want to live? Because if you're going to starve to death, guess what? You're gonna work. Lazy ass.
Plain and simple, I'm scared because if I lose my insurance, I cannot afford my medication. I cannot afford my care. I can't afford anything.
Are they laying down?
Yeah.
Like, is this person laying down?
It's hard to tell sometimes. I would say not. I would say not for this one. But you've been right before. So.
Well, I don't know. I'm just guessing the way that the movements are, because they're not.
Chat, what do you think?
It's not moving its head.
It's not moving its head.
Yeah, it might be a pillow.
Yeah, magnificent devil. Ironically, he who does not work shall not eat. Yeah, be careful what you wish for there, amigo.
I can't. I just won't make it. And there are too many people like me who won't either.
Well, guess what? This is tribe survival. This is herd survival. If this was in the Stone Age, we'd be like, all right, best of luck to you. But you can't eat here anymore. Walk away and don't come back. Because we can't afford to feed your ass because you don't do anything. and you haven't earned anything. It's not like you were like the great chief and then, a fucking mammoth, stomped on your leg or something. We'll see you, Patty. Yeah, we're almost out of here, too. I think this is the last one.
Gen Z stare this, Gen Z stare that. Why do you think?
I'm sensing a fashion trend amongst all our videos. They all have bull rings.
It's the new. It used to be the danger hair, the blue hair.
I told Mrs. Mouse the other day, I was like, we were somewhere, and I just said, oh, the person there that voted for Kamala. She's like, first off, it's Kamala. And second of all, how do you know? And I said, just a hunch.
The nose ring, yeah. Yeah, we'll see you, Patty. Thank you for coming, brother.
Why do you think young people keep staring at you with deadpan eyes?
I don't know. Why don't you? I'm sure you're going to tell us.
Why do?
Robert Santon for
Thank
2.
you
Great
so
show.
much.
Thank you so much, Robert. Great to see you here, buddy. Yep. Thank you, all you guys. We are just about done here. This is the last of the
What do you
lunacy.
think? Look at that shit. Look at that shit.
Your messy room? What? What am I looking at?
We have fucking concentration camps.
No, we don't.
We are constantly exposed to information all the time.
That's your fault. Ryan, it's working. It's working. I'm all bottled up. It's like something about Mary. Like, remember when he was...
Yeah.
Got to get the baby batter off the brain. Yeah, clean your room. Exactly.
And it's all bad information. We're hearing about...
Stop listening to folks at MSNBC, the Young Turks, all these people that do nothing but lie.
Protests, riots, fires, murders, concentration camps.
Yeah. Indeed, Jeff.
Her cat just ran right by
We're not exactly slap happy about it, dog.
Slap
What,
happy.
Do you really want me to...
They're insane. If my daughter was like this, I don't know what I would do.
I think this here is New Zealand money,
It
and that's
is.
like $2 is like 50.
All right, we'll treat it like that. Matthew.
We dumping chump. It's a landslide, sir.
It's a landslide. Enjoying the show. Just countering the hate with the money. Thank you so much, Matthew.
Thank
I do
you so
appreciate
much,
it.
Matthew.
Yep. From beautiful, beautiful New Zealand.
Good day, mate.
Home of the...
What other facial
Lord of the
expression are you
Rings.
supposed to make? No Gen Zer can afford to pay their rent. Why do you think we're all unhappy?
Because you don't want to work. You will not. You won't even work a second job. Yeah, I was thinking back to like Mrs. D was home with our kids because she's a teacher. She was able to do this 4 out of 5 years. Now, my son got the 4 years. My daughter got the 2. But like we were living off of my salary. I was still paying the bills. I think I was making at the time between 30 and 35 grand for 4 years. Stop going on fucking expensive trips. Don't go on cruises. Don't blow your fucking money. You'll be able to afford shit. I'm so sick of hearing like we just can't be done anymore. It's like I know fucking housing is expensive. But in some ways, a lot of you, especially you Gen Z women, you would vote for this shit. What do you think happens to the housing market when you bring 11 million people into the country? Do you think some of that housing gets snapped up and creates a supply problem? Of course it does.
Why do you think? Use some fucking context clues. I don't want to hear
Yes.
you boomer fucks out here complaining about some shit that happened fucking 40 years ago, being like, oh, well, we lived through this, that, the third. Oh, we lived through the concentration camps.
It's so weird she doesn't want to hear about things from 40 years ago. Then why are we knocking down statues of Christopher Columbus or whatever the fuck it was?
And if we don't care about stuff in the past, I mean, what do you care about concentration camps?
I'm wrong again. No kind of saying it's you're wrong.
What's all this stuff? I didn't.
That is every time you didn't press the
Unplug it.
second time. Yeah,
All right.
yeah, that's all. It's okay. It's all right. Gives everybody a little blast from the past. I screwed up. I went to the intro screen. Well, that's it. That's it. Boy, this was a dense loaf. This stream.
Hit that like button.
Hit the like button on your way out, boys. Yes, how dare I bring logic in? Doesn't matter. It won't get through. So fuck them. By the way, Pepsi, Coke, or RC?
I'm a Coke.
I like cherry Coke, but
I like cherry Coke.
But if I had to pick between the three, I'd go with RC.
I have a refrigerator in my bedroom, and in there I have 8-ounce bottles of Coca-Cola and they just taste better than like a can or even the McDonald's. Just the 8-ounce glass Cokes. They're so
something about them.
So good. Yep.
Dr. Pepper, number 2.
We got Shasta. Tab. Put it on my
tab.
You want
There's a blast for the past.
You gotta buy something, kid.
God,
I'll have a Pepsi free.
I can still remember
Pepsi. We gotta pay for it.
Do you remember trying your mom's tab back in the day? Like, maybe this is good, and you're like, ugh. Now they're coming. Got you in a little bit of a crossfire.
I found out this weekend. Do you know what a Roy Rogers is? Double D. Did you ever hear that?
Roy Rogers? I know who he is. Yeah.
It's a drink. And it was to appeal to the guys when the girls were ordering Shirley Temples. So it is cola with grenadine and maraschino cherry. It's a Roy Rogers.
A cherry. In other words, a place that doesn't have cherry Coke, and the waitress will say,
"I can't stand that.
I make a mean cherry Coke.
It'll be the best cherry Coke you ever had. I'll just have a Coke."
We've been burned. We've been sold that lie way too many times. Yeah, it's never the best. Sometimes it's passable. Other times it's just not very good. Jolt and gin. The guilt. Doc Flamingo, what have you been drinking? Jolt Cola and gin. Oof. A Buck Rogers, not a Roy Rogers. Yep. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I haven't seen Jolt in a while too, the Van. I remember that was considered like, that stuff's bad. I mean, it's really bad. Like, there was a thing about it. Hey. DM Bloodworth. Good to see you.
Hey.
Came in just at the very end. Oh, is Jolt made in Rochester? Is it still around? It must just be regional now. I don't know if we've... Surge. Surge was such a typical 90s, like, extreme. It's Surge. Jolt was banned. Yeah, I remember there was, like, some controversy, like... People said Slurm. Yeah, Futurama reference there. Yeah, I was supposed to have like twice the caffeine. In all seriousness, Mountain Dew probably had just as much back in the day, but
which is ironical because now you just have Red Bull.
Yeah, they'll literally will sell you caffeine in like a little Tahitian treat. There you go. That makes its way into our...
Do you know what we haven't seen in all these? Not one person said root beer.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I like root beer.
What's up with that? I like it every once in a while. A cold root beer sometimes can be like just what you need. Just what the doctor ordered. Like ice cold root beer. Don't like it all the time. But sometimes... Yeah, no one of consequence. Used to be a Mountain Dew fiend. I don't want to say I'm a fiend, but it's still my preferred drink. I got to stop it. My thing is I keep my eating under control so I don't get fat from all the pop, but it'll catch up with me someday, and then I'll have to give up.
Last summer, I wanted to lose weight, and I just cut out pop and iced tea, and I lost and I walked, and I did push-ups. That was the only thing I really changed in my life, and I lost 16 pounds in about 3 months. But at first, it was like 10 right off the bat.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're looking for a quick 10, it's an easy way.
Mrs. Mouse cut out beer for a while, and she lost 25.
Yep. She's looking good, I gotta say. I saw her Saturday. Looking very, very good. Dr. Pepper.
I also
never
said
a fan, never
when
a
we
fan.
were out the other night, I said, and I do mean this: never trust a skinny chef. It means they don't even like their own cooking.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta agree. I must agree. I think I chipped my mouse when it fell. Barks root beer. I'm not particular about brands. Like I think we tend to just get A&W, but I think
when I drink root beer, I do prefer A&W.
Birch beer. Jeff, not skinny. Well, as long as it's not getting in the way. Cream soda. That's a bridge too far. Bridge too far, Tasmacon. I've tried it before, and sometimes I want to like it, but I'm just like, nah. I just can't. I just can't. Yep. Nesbitt's cream soda.
Remember, Radar used to drink
grape knee-high.
Yeah.
I like grape pop. I do like grape pop, yeah. It's Sundrop. Yeah, boy. People were pretty passionate about their pops. I like vanilla.
Down south, they call them all Coke. And then
Yeah.
you have to say, I'll have a Coke. What kind? And then you say Sprite.
Yeah, Pepsi. Yeah, I do like vanilla Coke. I like sometimes the mix of vanilla and cherry.
I like vanilla root beer when you're at one of those machines, like the
Yeah.
Coke machines. I like
Yes.
vanilla root beer.
Yeah. Cherry Crush. Tang. I went through a period where I said, I'm going to stop drinking pop. I wasn't quite cutting out the sugar because I just told Mrs. D, I'm like, get me the grape Kool-Aid and Tang. So for a while, I was drinking that. Definitely cut out the caffeine in my life. One thing I realized is cutting out the caffeine in your life, it doesn't make it's not like a huge life improvement. Like caffeine, I don't think there's anything wrong with caffeine.
Sometimes Mrs. Mouse gets a caffeine headache where she needs to drink not a whole Coke or whatever. She just wants a sip of something.
Yeah. Yeah, that can be withdrawal. Like if you haven't had it in a little while, you'll get that lime Coke. Yep. Oh, cherry. Now you got me tabletop epics. Cherry Coke from a real soda jerk. There you go.
I'll make you the best cherry Coke you ever had.
Don't bother. You almost feel like you're stomping on their dreams when you're like, nah, sorry. I'll take a Sprite or something.
Yeah.
They're probably like, oh man, that was going to be my moment to shine. I was going to put that grenadine in there. You never would have known it wasn't a cherry Coke.
Shut your mouth, Jeff Hatch.
Jeff. All right, guys. Boy,
smash the like on your walk out.
Yep.
Check the description for the links.
Yep. Yep. Mad Scribe. Check out Last Vikings and of course Mad Scribe 11. Both are good. Both are good and solid. And yeah, thanks guys. I'll tell you what, I'll just give you a little Marisha Ray because she was kind of featured, and then we'll let you go.
Peace.
Talk to you guys soon. Love ya. Way to bring it tonight, guys. Peace.